like overnight tonight and into early Saturday morning, so Saturday 2 a.m. Winds topping out, at least by the forecast models, at 50 miles per hour. This storm not very organized. It remains to be seen whether it can reach that 50-mile-per-hour mark, but it is moving ashore to the north around Citrus County, Inverness area, also Crystal River, Bayport will see a little bit of this, Pine Island area. And with that wind flow, and if the winds are between 40 and 50, which is reasonable to assume, we will see some coastal flooding localized up there. It's really more of a rain event than anything else. Howard Shapiro in the Weather Center. Howard, really just the rainfall amounts for the northern half of the viewing area that might cause some serious flooding for some of those low-lying areas.
Eric, you're right. That's what we're worried about, since those rivers are already at flood. If we're going to add 4, 5, 6, 7 inches of rain to that area, and we're going to have a storm surge which stops the river from draining because the surge is running the other way, then we're going to have some major river flooding in the next couple of days, and I do think that is the major problem. In fact, when you look at the radar presentation of this, you see how the area is moving in on us, and you see some of these heavier rain bands coming in. Perhaps more importantly, and we'll talk more about this in a couple of minutes, is you look at that. That is probably the outer wall of the center of circulation and moving in that general direction. I was just looking at some of the latest reconnaissance information. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. First of all, though, it's time to talk more news with Tom and Ann.
Howard, thank you. And people in parts of Pasco County certainly don't need any more rain.
They are still waiting for the water to go down from last month's near record rainfall. Many areas around Hudson are completely saturated, and there is nowhere to pump the water. More than 100 homes are still underwater, and residents worry that more rain could make the area unlivable.
All this water, it's just unsafe with our little daughter. We have dogs. All this water's contaminated from everybody's septic tank. It's just, I don't know what to do.
In many cases, flood insurance will help these people out, but many others are turning to the government for financial help. The U.S. Small Business Administration set up a temporary office at the Veterans Memorial Community Center in Hudson. So far, about 150 people have filled out applications, but that number is expected to rise after this tropical storm moves through.
Many counties are making sandbags available, and we have that information, plus phone numbers to local emergency management centers available on our website. Just go to WTVT.com and then click on Top News Stories. Later this morning, Pasco and Hernando County officials meet to decide whether they will open any shelters. We'll keep you posted. Progress Energy is also mobilizing crews to fix any power line damage from trees that might occur. But by the way, schools in the area are open today. The rain could have a big impact on your morning commute.
So let's check it out right now with Daryl Theron and Sky Fox Traffic. Daryl?
Hey, good morning. Definitely going to slow your ride anywhere you have to go. So far, everything's pretty well open. We've had no major stoppages. The interstate system is getting very busy. There was an earlier situation, southbound I-275 to eastbound I-4 has been cleared out of your way. I-4 itself picking up a little bit of steam right now, anywhere from MLK all the way into Tampa's interchange. Daryl Theron, Sky Fox Traffic.
Police in St. Petersburg wonder if 2 crimes last night are connected. One man was killed after a car chased and ran over him. A few blocks away, someone shot another man several times. Officers found the dead man underneath a car in a vacant lot in the 2800 block of Fremont Terrace South. Minutes later, they found another man with multiple gunshot wounds, and he's at Bayfront Medical Center. Investigators believe that the shooting is drug-related.
A new man took over Florida's troubled Department of Children and Families 1 year ago, and he says things look much better. Jerry Regier made a trip to Lakeland to talk about how far they've come. Regier stepped up to the plate in the aftermath of 2 highly publicized cases that DCF botched: the death of Alfredo Montes and the disappearance of Relia Wilson.
So if you're going to give yourself a grade for the first year out, what would you give yourself?
Well, I'd say improving. I mean, we've got a long ways to go. I think we've made progress.
Statewide, the backlog of child abuse and neglect cases have dropped dramatically. DCF says they dropped from 35,000 last year to only 1,700 this year. But Regier's critics believe the agency may be closing too many cases too soon and possibly putting children in danger. A hometown boy is basking in the glory of his first major league win, and his family couldn't be prouder. 22-year-old Doug Wechter was born and raised in St. Petersburg and now plays with the Rays. In his first big league start, he pitched a complete game, allowing only 2 hits and leading the Rays to an electrifying 7-0 shutout of Seattle this week. And his parents are still glowing.
It was emotional. And it's a good, warm feeling. It's the beginning. It's not, you know, he pitched well and he set a record and doing well. That's not the case. This is the very beginning, and I fully expect that it's going to be a long career right here.
Doug will get a chance to keep his scoreless streak going next Tuesday. The Northeast High grad pitches when the Devil Rays host the Toronto Blue Jays. What a game he pitched, too.
And that's a great story.
Yeah, it really is.
Boy making
Makes
good.
good. Coming up next on Good Day Tampa Bay, Eric and Howard and Henri, our weather team, joins us for the latest on the tropical storm.
And some furry friends prove that they are not just cute, they're also capable companions. Right now the time is 6:39. You're looking at a live picture of Sky Tower radar. Eric and Howard, as Tom said, will be along shortly to explain what it's doing and what's happening.
There's more than one way to make a shake. And we admit, their way is more efficient. But when was the last time you sipped a shake and said, that tastes efficient?
Now we have 3 new inefficient milkshakes: peach, coffee mocha, and banana. Get one for $1.99 with any platter purchase. Can't decide between them? Draw straws.
Steak and Shake. We have 3 new milkshakes.
Great stuff on Fox 13 tonight. Starting at 8 with Bernie Mac and Wanda at Large. Then it's Boston Public, followed by the Fox 13 10 o'clock news.
When news breaks, Sky Fox is your eye in the sky. Its high-tech, gyro-stabilized lens gives you super steady close-up images. Images that let you see the big picture. Fox 13's Sky Fox and veteran pilot Randy Powers taking air superiority to new heights.
What's the newest shape in pizza? New Freshetta Brick Oven. New Brick Oven Pizza from Freshetta. Taste the sensation.
Hold me down, I'm gonna fly straight to heaven. And when I leave, I want you to know, when I'm finally gone, I'm gonna be gone without a trace. There's a lot of good times ahead before we're done. And of all of these things that matter here upon my list, you are my number 1.
Things are kind of, well, dull in the bedroom.
Enjoy incredible savings on beautiful all-wood beds this week at American Signature Home.
This is so good. Who cares if Miracle Whip has half the fat? This is the mayonnaisiest. Okay, Mom, that's enough. Thank goodness.
Half the fat of mayonnaise and all the tangy zip. Love that Miracle Whip.
Oh.
And now, meteorologist Eric Chilton with your Sky Tower Skytrack forecast.
77 degrees this morning with 88% humidity, winds out of the south-southeast at 7 miles per hour, and we see a steady barometer at 29.86. All right, let's take a look at it. Our Sky Tower radar showing you where all the rain is. Southern half of the viewing area for the most part as far as rain is concerned. And, bands hanging out over the Gulf getting closer and closer to us. This is the strongest area that we see as far as thunder showers and heavier rains, and that's right off the coast of Sarasota. You see it getting ready to move in. Very slow-moving system. It seems like we've been talking about this area just to the southwest of Sarasota for about the last hour. So very slow-moving system. You go to the weather computer, here are the coordinates now. The center of circulation is still a good 100 miles off our beaches, and 27.7 north for the latitude, 84.6 west longitude, and winds at 40 with that movement to the east at 7 miles per hour. Slow-moving system. We see it, as you see, approaching the coast, 2 p.m. today, winds at 45, then increasing to around 50 or thereabouts, maybe a little less than that Saturday morning, 2 a.m., and that's right around Citrus County. So Crystal River in that area, just keep in mind you're in the path here, Homosassa as well. We'll see some flooding, coastal flooding, but more in the way of just rain. Moves across the state Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, getting ready to jump out into the Atlantic, and then winds down to 45, or up rather, to 45 miles per hour from this 40 reading Saturday afternoon. Keep in mind, we still have, of course, the tropical storm warning in effect all up and down the coastline here. You see from Inglewood to the north, the tropical storm warning, and that makes sense, doesn't it? Now let's take a look at the radar with Howard. And Howard, it looks like, as you mentioned, that center of circulation, a bit muddled, but it's trying to organize and move in. So we'll see some slow strengthening, I guess, is the best way to put it at this point.
I think so. It's going to be a slow process. I've been looking at the latest reports from the plane. He hasn't found any stronger winds, but some interesting things going on. Take a look at the radar, and we're seeing some interesting things. First of all, look right over here. That appears to be right where the center of circulation is. I'll sit here and do a little bit of zooming for you and see if we can identify this a little bit more and see what we can do. There it is. You get a little better picture of that little curvature right here. Watch it as it spins. That appears to be the center of circulation. And again, as Eric said, about 100 miles off the beaches. It seems slightly further north by the recon, which means if it's heading this way, then most of the real heavy rain is going to be in this type of a pattern. So from the immediate Bay Area northward seems to be the most logical place that we're going to see rainfall. And it's very interesting when you can pick that eye wall up and you look way out here, and there indeed is the center of circulation. You also notice no rain out here, which means once this thing moves ashore, and we're talking midnight, 1 a.m., something like that up in southern Citrus County, then our rain will probably come to an end pretty quickly, say 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still, Eric, you know, might have some enough tropical moisture for some scattered showers, but certainly the main event is going to be this afternoon through late tonight, especially in northern Pasco, Hernando, Citrus, and maybe Levy counties.
That's exactly right, Howard. Let's take a look at our marine forecast. You would assume with the tropical storm warning, winds are up 25 to 30 knots out of the southwest. Seas 8 to 10 feet, and obviously very rough on the bay. Water temperature 85 for the bay and the Gulf. Our high tide this morning at the St. Pete Pier is 8:57, and a low tide at 6:09 this evening. Sunrise coming up in about 25 minutes or so, thereabout, 7:10. Clouds and rain today, increasing winds, and we'll see that 85-degree high temperature. Extended outlook shows that 90% chance, obviously, of showers today. We'll keep it at an 80% chance for Saturday, then taper it down to a normal situation by Sunday. Highs back up to close to 90 degrees for Sunday, Monday, and by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, we're back to a 90-degree high and afternoon showers and thunder showers.
Thank you, Eric. And there is school today. It has not been canceled, so let's see what's on the menu in Bay Area schools today. In Hillsborough County, students can choose from pizza or ham and cheese. Pinellas also serving up pizza and fish nuggets. In Pasco County, more fish or more pizza. It's manager's choice for Hernando County. In Polk, it's pizza or the salad bar. Manatee, it's dishing up pizza or PBJ sandwiches. Sarasota will feast on chicken nuggets or a how do you say this? Gyro sandwich. I always want to say gyro. In Highlands, students can choose mac and cheese, or you can get Little Smokies from the menu. Hardy will serve up turkey sandwiches or spaghetti, and Citrus, it's spaghetti or a pork sandwich.
Let's check in now with Daryl Theron in Sky Fox Traffic to see how it looks on this Friday morning. Daryl?
Good morning. Got a wreck for the first time in the morning in Pinellas County for you to worry about. Arlington and 49th Street, and the beach roads are all open at this hour. No flooding there. To slow you down, I-4 is getting really busier now. Anywhere from 40th Street on into the interchange, starting to pick up a little bit of steam on Adamo Drive as well. About time for those trains to start rolling too. Daryl there in Sky Fox Traffic.
Still ahead, some top Democrats face off for a big debate.
But they spent more time picking on the president than one another. Plus, we'll tell you why being bullied could be bad for your health. Right now, it's 6:47.
The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
One phone company committed to quality. It's a spirit, it's a commitment, it's a spearmitment. What more could a customer want? A guarantee would be nice.
Do we think alike or what? At Alltel, if you're not happy with our call quality, you can end your agreement within 15 days, guaranteed. And right now, you can connect the whole family with up to 5 phones for just 99 cents each, and unlimited night and weekend minutes. See store for details. A quality guarantee?
You got that right.
Alltel.
I'm Mark Stefanski, chairman of Third Federal Savings and Loan. This year, we're celebrating our 65th anniversary. We've grown a lot since my parents started Third Federal back in 1938, but we're still helping families finance the home of their dreams. So join the Third Federal family, where over half of our customers get immediate approval at the time of application. Great rates, quality service, and easy access. We're Third Federal.
Find a wedge at all?
Oh my God.
What is this thing? How about we play for a Buick Rainier? You're kidding. Come on. Okay, this is gonna be some fun.
Go, Beverly, go!
A teacher learns the power of love.
I made a big mistake. Claire and I?
Claire and you were what?
We're getting married.
Boston Public.
See it tonight on Fox 13.
Welcome back to Good Day Tampa Bay. It's now 6:49. In national headlines, 8 Democratic presidential rivals debated last night in New Mexico, but they actually spent more time bashing President Bush than each other. Former House Democratic leader Dick Gephardt called the president a miserable failure and blamed him for the loss of American jobs. But they also welcomed the president's decision to seek help from the United Nations in Iraq. Meanwhile, President Bush will be in Florida next week for 2 campaign stops. On Tuesday, he'll be in Jacksonville, and later that night, he'll stop in Fort Lauderdale. Bill Cosby hosted a huge pep rally at Baylor University. 20,000 people filled the football stadium at the Waco, Texas campus. He performed a 90-minute comedy routine that thrilled the students and the faculty. The Cos performed the free rally as a morale boost in light of recent scandals and the death of basketball player Patrick Dennehy. A new study finds that bullies are bad for your health. Bullying victims are 5 times more likely to suffer from depression and more likely to be suicidal. The study also found that 60% of bullies were convicted of at least 1 crime by the age of 24. A few furry grads are now out into the real world, lending a paw to some special people. Fox 13's Tanya Arja was there for the emotional event.
But I know that she's going to help somebody else.
2-year-old Casper is about to set out on a new life with her new owner, Waylon Massey. For Waylon, finding Casper means a new life for himself. He's partially paralyzed, but can now move into his own home and have companionship and security.
And now my parents aren't worried at all, because they were worried before having, you know, me be alone. And now I have Casper here.
He has Casper thanks to these students at the Dorothy Thomas Center in Tampa. Kids who are at-risk truant middle school teens. They train these dogs from puppies, part of the Kids and Canines program.
It's hard to let go. When you get attached for 2 years or even less, it's just really hard because they love you unconditionally.
After 2 years, the dogs are matched up with someone with a disability. But the students get something in return, too.
My grades have came up, my attendance have came up, and I used to be really anger involved, and now I'm really happy and glad.
And she knows she has to get back to work. There's no time to be sad about the graduates moving on. There's a new set of students. Emmett, Elvis, and Einstein will be the new trainees. Something for these kids to look forward to, but it's still hard. When the time came to say goodbye during graduation, it was something Barbara dreaded. But she knows the training she gave Casper will now help Waylon live a better life. In Tampa, Tanya Arja, Fox 13 News.
And coming up, the house that has everything. Russell Rhodes takes us inside an 11,000 square foot dream home that you can tour yourself coming up this weekend. You're watching Good Day Tampa Bay on Fox 13. That's the channel to watch. It's 6:52.
Mother would be appalled. I wasn't brought up this way. But it says I can put scrungy dishes into the dishwasher without scrubbing and rinsing.
Trust us, it'll come out great. Cascade Complete's Clean Dissolve formula eats right through the food you didn't for a sparkling clean you can't get with any other brand.
Amazing. My scrubbing days are over.
Cascade Complete, a clean like you've never seen.
On the next Live with Regis and Kelly, he's the wacky foreign exchange student from that 70s show.
Keep your hands to yourself, butt slapper.
Wilmer Valderrama is here, plus Christine Baranski on the next Live.
Today at 9 on Fox 13.
Steinmart is exactly what I need.
You can get everything.
Great designer clothes.
The brand names are fabulous.
Specialty sweaters.
One-of-a-kind jewelry.
Fabulous accessories.
Professional clothing. And some really cute shoes. All in one store.
Prices, prices, prices. Can't say enough about that. Bingo.
The prices are unbelievable.
Incredible.
I want it, I buy it. Instant gratification. Steinmart. Once you go, you get it.
I look like $1 million without having to spend $1 million.
What do people see in the new Chrysler Pacifica? I see a woman who knows how to relax.
I see a man who knows where he's going in the world.
I see a painter, a parent, an individual.
I see a mom and a dad who are completely behind their kids.
Introducing the Chrysler Pacifica, well beyond the SUV.
The Force, authentic.
Oh, I think we're taking a few G's here.
I can't feel my face, I'm numb. The sensation, real.
I can't lift my hand. Is there still gravity?
The experience, unbelievable.
Dad, are we still in the building?
New mission space at Epcot, like no thrill on Earth.
Welcome back to Good Day Tampa Bay.
6:55 is the time right now, 77 degrees.
Okay, Bucks fans, Henri might be forcing you to change your plans.
Because of the tropical storm, the Pewter Pep Rally tonight in Ybor City is canceled and it may be rescheduled. We'll let you know if and when that happens.
Well, imagine a gorgeous home with a massive wine cellar and a swim-up bar. Even a home dry cleaning system.
This weekend, you don't have to imagine. You can see it for yourself. And Good Day's Russell Rhodes gives us a sneak peek of Casa Linda.
Even with all the activity going on around it, you can tell that this is some house. In Largo, Casa Linda, a house that will soon be someone's incredible home. Built by Bobby Gross and David Lesser of WinStar Homes.
We built this home, and the homes that we built for the most wholesome of reasons. For all the right reasons. You know, we just built because it's what we love to do.
As we tour Casa Linda, we'll tell you that you can tour it too. Saturday night, a fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Sarasota, Tampa Bay will allow you to see this incredibly built custom home. The pool with the swim-up bar, the wine cellar, the master suite with the plasma screen TV, the master bath with even more TVs, the laundry room off the master suite closet that has a system for dry cleaning clothes at home. And the room that is called the gentleman's suite looks like a really nice sports bar. It really is incredible, this entire house, 11,180 square feet. And about now you're asking how much? Well, because the house is already sold, they're not releasing that information. WinStar Homes will be glad, however, to talk to you about it and build you one just like it if you want. And we have counted all the televisions, 7 alone in the gentleman's suite, 22 throughout the house.
22?
Yeah.
You're just going to say yeah?
Some people like to watch a lot of TV.
And we like watching it on the 100-inch screen. This is Russell Rhodes for Good Day Tampa Bay.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation tour of Casa Linda is Saturday night. For more information, call 813-288-2600.
Keep it right here on Fox 13.
Good Day Tampa Bay. We'll be right back.
Fox 13 Weather is sponsored by your local Chevrolet dealers.
You guys find a wedge at all?
Oh my God.
What is this thing? How about we play for a Buick Rainier? You're kidding. Come on.
Okay, this is gonna be some fun.
Go, Beverly, go!
If you have stains like these, rust stains, lime scale buildup, or calcium deposits, you need Lime Away Lime and Rust Remover because it works better than even the leading lime scale and rust remover. In fact, Lime Away has a thicker formula that coats surfaces longer for much better cleaning action than CLR. Even after 1,000 strokes, the CLR side is still incredibly stained. All around your house, Lime Away is the expert lime and rust cleaner. So remember, for lime, calcium, and rust, Lime Away is a must.
Well, the top layers are flaky and really golden. And these cute, yummy middle layers are so golden.
But the bottom layers are crunchy. Everybody has their favorite layers of Pillsbury Golden Layers biscuits. We're golden! Pillsbury Golden Layers. So many layers, every one of them golden. Oh, yeah. Pillsbury. Mom, also try new Golden Home-style biscuits. Fluffy.
This fall, discover the good life at Sears.
I love fall because I get to put on a jacket again.
This is a major machine. It's a blower, a chipper, a vacuum, and a shredder.
My favorite color is pink, and I don't know, pink.
Fall is for watching the game on a big screen TV.
It's the great 3-day sale at Sears. Discover great savings on Craftsman tools, all home appliances and TVs.
Discover fall.
Discover the good life.
Sears, good life, great price.
From Fox Television, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
Welcome back to Good Day Tampa Bay. As 7 o'clock is the time. The nation's top cop pays the Bay Area a visit today.
That story is coming up, but first on Fox, getting ready for the rain.
Tropical Depression 12 is now Tropical Storm Henri, and it is headed our way. We have team weather coverage again this morning, and let's start with meteorologist Eric Chilton.
All right, thank you, Tom. We take a look at our radar. I wanted to show you Sky Tower and Sky Track. Basically, we're seeing a lot of the lightning right around the center of circulation. And when you look at this, not all that impressive as far as rain is concerned just yet. That's good news, though. We'll take that. But the rain bands, obviously, once we get a little more heating going today, if we can at all, with the cloud covers, we might see a little bit more in the way of the showers developing and pushing inland. We will see flooding from this nonetheless. But this area here, if we were to mark this, this is really the center of circulation. Still a good 100 miles or so from that point all the way to the beaches. So if you drew a line directly out, you're looking at about 100 miles out, and it's moving very slowly. So this area here, the center of circulation, most of this lightning, the activity that we're seeing on the northern side of that, fairly muddled though. You say that's the center of circulation, but we're not seeing a good, a lot of moisture wrapping around. In fact, most of the rain that we are seeing is on the east side of this storm and moving slowly toward us. Let's show you on the weather computer the coordinates: 27.7 north, 84.6 west. The wind's at 40 miles per hour. Movement is to the east at 7. So the forecast track takes it late tonight and early tomorrow morning, making landfall, say Saturday around 2 a.m. Winds up to 50. That's what the computers are telling us at this point. But the storm really doesn't look all that impressive. And it is moving across the state Saturday morning to Saturday afternoon. We see it moving across the state, winds dropping to 40, then back up to 45 as it kicks out into the Atlantic. No threat to us by then. In fact, we think the second half of the weekend will probably look pretty nice after this passes. So Howard Shapiro standing by in the Weather Center. We're watching the radar, Howard, and really just a rain event, and rainfall totals maybe not as impressive as once thought.
Eric, that's the way it looks. Now, of course, any rain up in the Pasco, Hernando, Citrus area is going to cause them a lot of problems, but just looking at the way the radar presentation is, I think it's pretty safe to say that the entire event moves up to the north, more from, say, the Bay Area northward as a major rain event. That was that circulation center we were looking at on SkyTrack there. And if it moves as it's supposed to, then we're going to see Pasco, Hernando, Citrus County have any coastal problems. And river flooding, obviously a problem. We'll talk more about that coming up in a couple of minutes. Obviously, the flooding is a major concern, especially to the folks up to our north. Brian Goff is up there once again in Pasco County. And Brian, I know this is not what these folks need to hear.
Absolutely, Howard. It is the last thing they need to hear. I mean, just look behind me and see the house surrounded by water. This is just off County Line Road in a subdivision called Rolling Oaks, and several homes in here are just like that, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But they are getting more frustrated with each passing day. The aerial shots say it all. The water is everywhere, and with the ground saturated the way it is, the water isn't moving, just standing there, flooding. That's the case with the Milady family. Their home flooded nearly a month ago, and with the rain continuing, it's getting worse, not better.
I don't know what to do. We've been waiting for someone to come and help us. Nothing ever happens. Haven't heard a word from the county. They just drive by looking.
For now, the Miladies are staying in their travel trailer. They're comfortable enough, but that doesn't tell the whole story.
You know, our clothes are down there, our whole life's down there. It's awful.
The Milady's son and family live next door, but they don't know how long they're going to be able to last.
We might have to move just to get out of here. All this water, it's just unsafe with our little daughter. We have dogs. All this water's contaminated from everybody's septic tank. It's just, I don't know what to do.
The water here at County Line Road is just as high. Pasco officials hope to be able to pump some of that away in the days ahead, but they say they're going to have trouble finding a place to put it all. Now, where we are, which is just off County Line Road, they say they might be able to get rid of this water. They're going to study it, try to find a place to pump it. But back by the Miladies, where they live, which is about 5 miles to the southeast of here, they say there's nothing they can do there. It's impossible. There's just absolutely nowhere for that water to go. It just has to stay there until the ground can absorb it.
And that could be a while, Brian, too. Thanks very much,
The longer and the more it rains, of course, and the longer and the more it rains, of course, the worse it all gets.
All right. Thanks very much.
Well, Henri has put county leaders around the Bay Area on high alert.
Emergency managers in Pasco and Hernando counties meet this morning to decide on any action to take. Many authorities worry that Florida just cannot take any more rain. State emergency managers are keeping an eye on the tropical storm from their offices in Tallahassee. They worry that Henri could make a problem that's already bad much worse.
But if you start getting 4 to 5 inches across a large area in the Tampa Bay region, we would expect to see all of the rivers that have been in trouble get much worse very quickly, and a lot of areas that have had standing waters now having flooding problems.
And you can keep track of the local weather by going to our website. Log on to WTVT.com for live Sky Tower radar pictures and updated weather forecasts. By the way, all schools are open today.
And we'll have more news in just a moment, but first, let's get a check on the morning commute. Daryl Theron with Sky Fox Traffic has it for us. Hi, Daryl.
Hey there. Good morning, friends. Here's what we've got for a couple of problem spots popping up in Pinellas County this morning. Arlington and 49th Street, there's an accident there for you to worry about. And also have one around 22nd Avenue North and 58th Street. Brandon's picking up some steam. Look at this live Sky Fox traffic cam of it. 69, 75, really getting their stuff. You can see the roads are kind of dry there, but we know that can change. Been listening to the weather forecast, haven't you? Daryl Theron, Sky Fox Traffic.
Thank you, Daryl. There will soon be a new person in charge of the Tampa Police Department. Fox 13's Warren Ellie shows us the changes he will bring.
This is what Mayor Pam Iorio wants more of, Operation Commitment, last May's Eastside Tampa crackdown on drug holes and street crime.
We said we want to continue that in a maintenance mode. We don't want that to be a 12-day operation and then fade away. We want to get rid of these drug holes. We want communities to feel safer on a permanent basis.
Community policing, then, is new Chief Stephen Hoke's top priority. It's his job to get the cops out of their cars and into the neighborhoods.
And each of those communities and neighborhoods within the city of Tampa has different problems, and they need different solutions from the police department. And I'm here today to tell you that I'm going to be a chief of police for everybody in this community.
Minority recruitment and diversity is another of the mayor's priorities. Music to the ears of the TPD chapter of ABLE, the Association of Black Law Enforcement Officers.
ABLE is going to be actively involved in that process, and we'll be talking with the chief
often, very often, and we're going to ensure that that happens.
Hogue says it will be policy for him to be visible on the street, to be out there with his cops.
I really need to go talk to the rank and file officers, and but I think that will improve morale. I think when officers think they have a direct communication to the top, at least to air their grievances.
The new chief of police, Stephen Hogue.
Mayor Iorio says it was a question of fit. She uses words like integrity, unflappable, thoughtful. And it didn't hurt that Hogue spent 23 years at TPD before going to Fort Walton Beach as police chief.
He knows Tampa, but he has the added advantage of having led his own agency, so we can look at his leadership style.
A style that includes a dislike of top-heavy management. Eliminating a whole layer of management was one of Hogue's first decisions when he got to Fort Walton Beach. Warren Elling, Fox 13 News.
Local law enforcement officers get a visit from the nation's top cop today. Attorney General John Ashcroft will be in Tampa later this morning to speak about the war on terrorism and the Patriot Act. You will hear our interview with the Attorney General in our evening newscasts.
Well, I can't imagine what Eric might want to talk about this morning.
Well, I know what I'd like to not talk about.
Henri, can't we just say Henri?
No, you can't. You can't do that. It's really not as impressive as we were thinking yesterday, and that's great news for us, right? Yes. But we still will see the rain and some flooding to the north especially. Let's take a look and see what's going on out there right now. Scattered clouds across the area, more clouds today, obviously, than anything else, and the showers will be intermittent. We'll show you the radar, it's very important, and the coordinates of Henri coming up.
Fox 13 Traffic is sponsored by Net Zero Internet Access.
All phone jacks are alike. When you plug your computer into it, it takes you to the same internet. So why do others jack up the cost of internet access when Net Zero is only $9.95 a month? And now, with Net Zero High Speed, you can surf the web up to 5 times faster through the same phone jack. Stop waiting for expensive broadband cable or DSL. You can get Net Zero High Speed now for just $14.95 a month. Net Zero and Net Zero High Speed. Both available now at netzero.com.
Fox Friday, one of the funniest comics is on the Bernie Mac Show.
I'm going to have him on the show, too. Tune in.
Chris Rock guest stars on Bernie Mac. Then, how does Wanda break the ice on a first date?
Ooh, what is that? The grapes of wrath? The enamel right off my teeth.
That's a start, Wanda.
It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 13. The Bay Area's longest-running afternoon newscast is also the Bay Area's #1 afternoon newscast, the Fox 13 5 o'clock news.
We need a car! Trucker van!
Trucker van!
We need a car! Auto-way! Auto-way!
The lowest price
in the land!
Call them now!
We need a car!
Auto-way!
Hi, I'm Dan Marino. Who are you going to call for a car or truck? Auto-way. Our Auto-way discounted prices are always low, always up front. Call 1-800-SHOP-AUTO-WAY.
Auto-way. I'm Mark Stefanski, chairman of Third Federal Savings and Loan. This year, we're celebrating our 65th anniversary. We've grown a lot since my parents started Third Federal back in 1938, but we're still helping families finance the home of their dreams. So join the Third Federal family, where over half of our customers get immediate approval at the time of application. Great rates, quality service, and easy access. We're Third Federal.
And now, meteorologist Eric Chilton with your Sky Tower Skytrack forecast.
We start out with the live lookout, Tampa Cam, and of course you'll see more clouds than anything else today. This tropical storm, not all that impressive. In fact, when you look at the rainfall out there, just a gaping hole, not a whole lot of rain, just to the east side as far as where we're seeing the rain, and it's moving to the east at about 7 miles per hour. Let's take a look, see where we stand this morning. 77 degrees, 88% humidity, winds south-southeast at 7, and a steady barometer at 29.86. All right, let's show you what's going on out there with our radar. And for the most part, Sky Tower radar showing most of the lightning strikes with this back out closer to the center of circulation. Sarasota with some rain. You can see that's probably the heaviest rain we're seeing right now moving on shore, at least in our viewing area, and some of the rain waiting off the shore to the north. Now, when we zoom in so you can see what's happening closer, center of circulation located just about here. with a lot of this convection and thunderstorm activity on the north side of that. And if you were to draw a line straight out, then you can see from about, well, halfway between Tarpon Springs and Clearwater, if you were to draw that right out, about 100 miles. That's where we're looking at the center of circulation. With that drift to the east at 7, and then an expected turn later in the track more to the northeast, that would take it in close to, say, Bayport, also Crystal River, that area. That's where it should make landfall overnight tonight. Let's go to the weather computer and we'll show you the coordinates. 27.7 north for Henri, 84.6 west, and the winds at 40. Movement to the east at 7. That forecast track shows that northeast turn we expect to see later on today. By afternoon, actually, you see that turn starting to take effect. 45 miles per hour for winds within the system, then up to 50 by the time it makes landfall. Now, that happens overnight tonight. We'll say sometime between midnight and about 2 a.m. Saturday morning, with winds at 50, as we mentioned, Citrus County. And then crossing the state by Saturday at 2 p.m., winds down to 40. Of course, it loses a little strength crossing land, then back up to 45 Sunday as it moves out. And Saturday night, it's moving out into the Atlantic. Let's go to Howard Shapiro now, standing by in the Weather Center. Been watching this from a radar perspective, and, well, just not all that impressive just yet, right, Howard?
Really isn't, Eric. You know, it looks like it's having some problems. There's some shear going on, as we've talked about earlier in this show. And maybe not a purely tropical system when it started, so it's really having trouble getting its act together. And that's good news for us. It will be a rain event more than it'll be anything else. Let's go back to that interesting radar, because we've really got this. This radar is fascinating. You can really do a lot of things. SkyTrack really shows you. Watch the spin right here. There is the center of the circulation right there. And that's about 100 miles or so due west of Clearwater. Now, it's moving at 7 miles an hour. You do the math. 7 times 12 is 84, so 7 times 13 would be about 91. So say 14, 15 hours from now. So we're talking somewhere around midnight or so that it will move ashore somewhere up in this area. That's the projected path that Eric just showed you. And when you think about that, you're going to think about a little bit of coastal flooding problems, say southern Citrus, Hernando, and maybe northern Pasco County. But as Eric and I have been looking at, there's just not a tremendous amount of rain in this section. There's a lot of rain right around the center, but projections in the Bay Area, if I were to put numbers on it, Eric and I have talked maybe 2 to 4 inches. If we get that, most of the heavy rain will be from the Bay Area north, and I think if we get any 5-6 inch rains, it's going to be in Hernando, Citrus, Levy County, somewhere up there. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's right. We talked about rainfall totals, and we've heard everything from 15 inches down to 3 to 5 inches of rain, and I'd have to err on the lower side for that if we're going to give some numbers for that. Just doesn't look as strong as it did yesterday, that's for sure. Tropical storm warning, remember that's still in effect. Our winds southwest 25 to 30 possible today, and 8 to 10 foot seas, rough on the bay obviously. And for tides at the St. Pete Pier, 8:57 a.m. high tide, a low tide at 6:09 this evening. And here's the forecast today. Held down to the mid-80s today with the cloud and the rain, and winds on the increase. The extended outlook, Sky Tower Next 7, shows us 80% chance of showers for tomorrow. And I think that would be more the first half of the day, getting back to a more normal situation by Sunday. We'll still hold a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, but looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, slowly back to our normal high of 90 degrees with the late day showers and thunder showers. What are you two doing?
Well, the Devil Rays are nodding their heads in approval
of the forecast.
Good.
Which they are.
For them doesn't matter because they're indoors at Tropicana Field, you see.
Saying that's
but
just fine.
there it is, the Rays
Mugshot
outfield.
today.
Right, a mugshot is a mini bobblehead shot. Aubrey Huff, Rocco Baldelli, and Carl Crawford. They'll be giving away Rocco bobbleheads this Sunday against the A's, the first 5,000 fans, the 1:15 game. Then on September 19th, it's Aubrey Huff, and September 27th, Carl Crawford.
Oh, Carl.
Take it easy on Carl, Ann.
I think it's because he's got his leg
yeah,
up. He's a little
off
lopsided.
balance. So
Because
there
he
they
keeps
are.
falling over.
These three guys have a big future in the major leagues.
They
Let
do.
me tell you,
They're right.
Played great lately.
I like them. The time right now is 7:17 in sports this morning. Are you ready for some football?
The NFL regular season started last night with the Washington Redskins beating the New York Jets, and it was a close game, but John Hall gave the Skins the edge the team needed to get by his former team. With only 5 seconds left, Hall kicked this 33-yard field goal to lift the Skins past the Jets 16-13. And now here's Chip Carter with some dismal news about the Bucs.
Good morning. Shelton Quarles, the Bucs starting middle linebacker, broke his left arm in a fall during a special teams drill. Nate Webster will take over the middle up in Philadelphia. Now, Webster has only started one regular season game in his 4-year career. Webster can fill the position, but Monty Kiffin tells me replacing Shelton Quarles is tough.
We're certainly going to miss him. He's not just a good football player, a really good football player. This guy's a great football player now. He's a special guy.
Yeah.
You don't just move to the Mike linebacker position and make the Pro Bowl in 1 year. You imagine now in his second year running the system, being a Mike backer. I mean, he did all that and only been playing there 1 year. But in the same sense, there's a guy by the name of Nate Webster, number 52. He will step up and play. He has a great deal of respect from his peers, all his teammates, from his opponents, and from his coaching staff. He'll step up, and believe me, he'll play.
All right, Rays and Mariners scoreless in the second. Julio Lugo doubles in Toby Hall 1-0.
To the track, it's off the base of the wall.
And Hall is motoring. That for Hall is motoring. Now to the ninth, same score. Seattle has a runner on, and Jorge Sosa facing Brett Boone strikes him out. The next batter, John Olerud, steps up and then promptly lines out to first. Sosa throws his first complete game shutout in his career, and for the Rays, their first back-to-back shutouts in team history. Rays win at 1-0. They take the season series from the Mariners. All right. Let's look at sports. Have a good morning.
Well, the dismal weather forecast putting a damper on tonight's Pewter Pep Rally. The celebration in Ybor City Centennial Park is canceled, but it might be rescheduled at a later date, so we'll keep you posted. And things are looking up on Wall Street.
We will look at the numbers plus share a strategy to boost your paycheck without a raise. And we'll show you a creature even the crocodile hunter wouldn't want to go up against. It's a huge one, folks. It's 7:19.
It's the September Savings Celebration at your Lincoln Mercury dealer, where you can still find great end-of-the-model year savings on every 2003 Lincoln and Mercury, including the new Lincoln Aviator with its 302-horsepower V8, Lincoln Navigator with available power-deployable running boards, and Mercury Mountaineer with no-charge leather seating surfaces. The Lincoln Mercury family of SUVs, now with 0% APR for 60 months or $3,000 cash back. Hurry while selection is still good. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer by September 30th.
Now at VisionWorks, get not one but two complete pairs of glasses for just $99. Choose from hundreds of frames, and your second pair can be for you, a friend, or family member. Even kids' glasses with durable slim light lenses. VisionWorks, why pay more?
Find a wedge at all?
Oh my God.
What is this thing? How about we play for a Buick Rainier? You're kidding. Come on. Okay, this is going to be some fun.
Go, Beverly, go!
The Force. Authentic.
Oh, I think we're kicking a few G's here. I can't feel my face. I'm numb.
The sensation. Real.
I can't lift my hands. Is there still gravity?
The experience. Unbelievable.
Dad, are we still in the building?
New mission space at Epcot. Like no thrill on Earth.
Hold me down. I'm gonna fly straight to heaven. And when I leave, I want you to know. When I'm finally gone, I'm gonna be gone without a trace. There's a lot of good times ahead before we're done. And of all of these things that matter here upon my list, you are my number one.
Here's a look at some of the headlines now at 7:22.
The Army is investigating a deadly form of pneumonia that made at least 19 soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan sick. 2 soldiers died. Investigators are also studying about 80 other soldiers. They may have less serious forms of the illness. Researchers aren't sure how the soldiers got sick, but they are certain none of the military personnel were exposed to biological or chemical weapons or to the SARS virus.
In Las Vegas, every firefighter available was busy all night and into the morning with a massive fire. It destroyed a quarter of a city block and a group of townhomes under construction.
And take a look at this guy. Look at the size of this. A wildlife sanctuary in Miami has a new resident. It's a 26-year-old crocodile named Crocosaurus. He's originally from Thailand. The 20-foot-long, 2,000-pound reptile is the world's largest in captivity.
And hey, you got a pressure wash too, which makes him look pretty good.
He's all clean. Got a good bath. It's now 7:23. Let's check the commute this morning. Here's Daryl Theron and Sky Fox traffic. It's huge, huh?
I would say a lot of gator tails in there, let me tell you. Never mind. Forget it. It's good stuff, though. Good morning, my friends. What do we got for you in traffic? Some problem spots in Pinellas County that are going to be a little bit messy for you. Minor one at Almerton and 49th, but in a real busy spot is going to be Drew Street, US 19 and Drew Street. It's on 19. Had injuries with it. Now, you know, traffic just really stacks up through that construction point. So this is going to be a bit of a slower ride for you. You know, there's a great alternate. Your tax money went to Belcher. They can hit a 4-lane nice road all the way south. Let's do it. Okay, what's it looking like downtown Tampa? Almost a Chamber of Commerce shot there. A little bit of overcast and traffic moving along. For the most part, okay. 275 stretching out to West Shore. Gerald Theron, Sky Fox Traffic.
Daryl, thank you. You know, most Americans admit they live from paycheck to paycheck.
Our money man Jeff Simon shows us how to make our money go farther.
And then a little later, find out why doctors say new moms and dads can put some of their fears about parenthood aside. But first, let's check the lottery numbers. Fantasy 5, 10, 19, 23, 30, and 33. The play 4 is 6, 1, 8, 4. The cash 3, 2, 3, and 0. And tomorrow's lottery jackpot is worth $15 million.
Fox 13's Market Watch is sponsored by Hotels.com. At Hotels.com, we really know our way around hotels. We visit thousands of hotels to find you the best prices at the best places. Hotels.com. Best prices, best places. Guaranteed. When it comes to anchoring the Best Bucks pregame show, there's only one man for the job, one show title,
Tailgate Sunday!
and one station.
Fox 13!
Chip Carter's Tailgate Sunday, Sunday mornings at 11:30 on Fox 13.
Tailgate Sunday on Fox 13. Go Bucks!
Nothing has changed. Everything has changed. The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
You know, we need new carpets.
I thought we were going to do the kitchen floor.
Now, with just one call to Empire Today, you can do it all. Get beautiful carpet, durable laminate, or stylish hardwood flooring. We'll bring samples to your home and install in just one day. Right now, you'll save 50%, plus no payments till 2005.
Wow, that was easy.
Who says you can't have it all?
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
When you finish shopping, what do? You head for checkout. It's like the finish line. You want to get through here quickly and enjoy your day. For me, it's like a starting line. It's my moment to shine. I'm going to make sure you have everything you need. Are you sure you have everything? I like to do whatever I can to make sure you leave happy. And believe me, it's my pleasure. Come and see me on Lane 10. I'll be there with a big smile.
Yes, the pier in St. Petersburg figures to be a little wet before the day is done, that's for sure. 727, 77 degrees, and it figures to be a wet day ahead. The government releases its monthly employment report this morning, and Wall Street will be watching. Today, the Dow opens 19 points higher, the NASDAQ up 16 to 1868. That's 7 up days in a row, and the Nasdaq's longest winning streak in more than 3 years. And the S&P 500 is up nearly 2. You can't always get a raise, but you can make your salary go farther. Fox 13's money advisor Jeff Simon says all it takes is a little paycheck planning.
If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, there are things that you can do to change your situation. It's a simple matter of doing more with what you already have. A little paycheck planning, if you will. Now, one of the most important things to keep in mind is your pre-tax pay. Anything you do with your salary before taxes get taken out will help you in the long run. So take advantage of any pre-tax benefits available to you, regardless of your tax objectives. If you can, you should contribute the maximum allowed to your company's retirement savings plan. The beauty of contributing to a pre-tax retirement account is that you're reducing your taxable income and taking advantage of the tax-free growth potential retirement savings plans have to offer. If your employer offers them, flexible spending accounts give you a chance to pay for certain expenses, including health care, child care, transportation, and so forth, with pre-tax dollars. Finally, keep this in mind. Divide and conquer. If your company allows, use direct deposit to better manage your money. Your pay gets into your accounts faster than if you wait for a check and then have to go to the bank to deposit it. And you can divide your paycheck among several different accounts, which is ideal if you're trying to save up for a house, establish an emergency fund, and build a nest egg. The key to maximizing your paycheck is to actively manage your paycheck. You can save money in taxes and then sock the extra dough into the stock fund of your choice, or you can just save it for a rainy day. After all, your hard work, you work hard for that money that you have. Why not get the most out of it?
And coming up on Good Day Tampa Bay, President Bush decides how to mark September 11th. Plus, meteorologist Eric Chilton and Howard Shapiro are standing by with the latest on Tropical Storm Henri. And Russell is home sweet home, or at least he wishes it was his house. Right now it's 7:30, 77 degrees.
Think of it as the Tower of Power. Fox 13 Sky Tower Radar, the Bay Area's most powerful Doppler radar.
What is the taste of a perfect morning? Cranberry almond crunch. The zing of tart cranberries, crunchy almonds, oat clusters. A taste that will inspire your day. From Post Selects, it's anything but ordinary.
Mattress Firm's huge mix and match sale ends Tuesday night at 9. We've gathered up thousands of brand new one-of-a-kind mattress sets. Sealy, Spring Air, Mattress Firm Direct, Posture-Beating. We're selling them at great discounts because the colors may not match. If you're not picky about color, don't wait. Come to Mattress Firm before a huge mix and match sale ends Tuesday night at 9.
Mattress Firm, where it's easy to get a great night's sleep.
What are you doing? Roaming? Not roaming.
See, John, use your wireless phone on this side of the line. Pay no roaming fees. What more could a customer ask for?
Not even having to think about roaming fees?
Do we think alike or what? Only Alltel lets you add national free-to-roam minutes to your local plan. And right now, connect the whole family with up to 5 phones for just 99 cents each and unlimited night and weekend minutes. See store for details. Taking the worry out of roaming?
You got that right.
Alltel.
Hey, get down here fast. They got the silver one. Okay, bye.
Claim your Volkswagen. Now's the perfect time.
This is so good. Who cares if Miracle Whip has half the fat? This is the mayonnaisiest. Okay, Mom, that's enough. Thank goodness.
Half the fat of mayonnaise and all the tangy zip. Love that Miracle Whip.
Oh,
From Fox Television, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
7:32, the top story this morning is Tropical Storm Henri.
Our Sky Tower team is watching the storm as it heads toward Florida. And let's start with meteorologist Eric Chilton.
All right, we're taking a look at Sky Tower radar first just to show you the heaviest showers and thunder showers that we're seeing right now down to the south around Sarasota area. And that is gradually moving on to the east. As you can see, really not all that impressive with rain just yet. We'll have to wait and see if some daytime heating has an effect, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as once thought. Not as bad as what we were thinking yesterday. That's good news. We'll take that any time. Northern counties don't need the rain, but it looks like it's on the way, and light to moderate with heavy at times, we should say, with some localized flooding as a result of that. 27.7 north, that's the latitude for Henri, and 84.6 west longitude. Winds at 40, and the movement is to the east at 7. The forecast track for this one takes it right around Citrus County by Saturday morning at 2 a.m., so overnight tonight. And the maximum sustained winds, at least for now, forecast 50 miles per hour. Howard Shapiro standing by in the Weather Center, but Howard, that 50-mile-per-hour mark, I'm not sure we're going to make that at this point.
Eric, I think you're right. Eric and I have been looking at the radar presentation, and the radar presentation does show the system pretty clearly, but it just doesn't look like it's all that organized. Take a look, and here's what we're looking at. We do have the tropical storm warning still up, because obviously there's a chance we're going to see some tropical storm force winds, but you take a look, and the center of circulation somewhere in here, about 100 miles off Clearwater, but you would think that with that being so close to us, that we would be seeing a lot more in the way of heavy rain here, and we're not. So we do anticipate getting rain, of course, and we could have two folks who are calling us, could just turn on the TV and they'll know what we're saying. But indeed, it does look like we're going to get wet, but hopefully not the tremendous amounts of rain that these things could potentially bring. We'll have more in a couple of minutes. First of all, we're going to go back to Tom and Ann.
Thank you. He can answer his phone now.
Now he can get to it.
City workers did what they could to make sure St. Petersburg is ready for a downpour.
They want to make sure the storm drains are ready to handle the rainfall, and crews looked at hundreds of drains, and then they checked out stormwater pump stations and backup generators. They also drained area lakes and ponds to make room for more water. Several local counties are helping homeowners who are worried about flooding. Hillsborough, Manatee, Pasco, and Hernando counties have set up various locations for residents to get sandbags. Those places are listed on the Fox 13 website. All you need to do is go to WTVT.com, then click on Top News Stories. Electric companies are preparing for the storm as well. Progress Energy is mobilizing its line and tree crews, so they are in place just in case the storm knocks down any power lines.
It's time now to get a check of the morning commute for this Friday. Here's Daryl Thayer, and he has a look at Sky Fox traffic. Good morning.
Good morning, Ann and Tom. We are clearing up a couple of problem spots in Pinellas County this morning for you. Flip right over, we'll show you. Okay, that was the Drew in 19. Now, Tampa, you've just got that old heavy stuff starting to move down the interstate system there. You know, from Beers down to about Bush this morning is your heaviest volume. Carrollwood, you have your typical very heavy volume. Even the Veterans Expressway getting busy. Here's a look at that with the Sky Fox traffic cam. Traffic along southbound Vets heavier than normal already this morning. That means Memorial is going to be stacked coming in from the town and country area. Gerald there in Sky Fox traffic.
Daryl, thank you very much. In our Fox Watch, gunmen opened fire at a Baghdad mosque at the end of dawn prayers today, and 3 people were wounded. Meantime, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld visited troops in Saddam Hussein's former hometown. He is in Iraq for a first-hand look at security and reconstruction efforts. He told top military officials more U.S. soldiers aren't needed in the area. Instead, he says the real solution is building up Iraq's security forces.
There are important steps yet ahead, and they really are pretty much in the hands of the Iraqi people.
Rumsfeld also says conditions in the war-torn country are dangerous, but getting better every day. In other developments, the Bush administration is gearing up to ask Congress for money to rebuild Iraq.
Lawmakers and congressional aides expect the request to come in somewhere around $60 to $70 billion. Florida Senator Bob Graham, who opposed the war, says he will support the administration's request for the money. He told the crowd at last night's Democratic debate that we owe it to our troops.
France and Germany are refusing to support a U.S. draft resolution that would spread the burden of running post-war Iraq. Under the draft resolution, Washington would seek money and troops from other countries, but we would not give up political or military control in Iraq. Leaders in France and Germany oppose that, saying Washington should give the United Nations more influence in Iraq's political future.
President Bush signed proclamations designating September 11th a National Day of Prayer and Remembrance and as Patriot Day. The president's schedule for the upcoming second anniversary of the terror attacks includes a prayer service and a moment of silence at 8:46 a.m. That's the moment the first plane hit the World Trade Center.
And now let's get you caught up on more local news. St. Petersburg police wonder if a murder and attempted murder are related. Officers say a car chased down and ran over a man in the 2800 block of Fremont Terrace South, and that man died. Minutes later, officers responded to a shooting 5 blocks away. They found a man with several gunshot wounds, and he is recovering at Bayfront Medical Center. Police tell us they think the crimes are connected to drugs.
Swimmers stayed out of the waters off Golden Beach in Miami, and take a look at why they did so. Helicopters spotted a large school of sharks swimming only 100 feet from shore. Experts think that they were probably feeding on small fish in the area. Well, if you still want to go into the water after seeing that story, one Bay Area beach is back open and ready for swimmers, at least when the rain is gone anyway. Ben T. Davis Beach is now open. It was closed for almost a week because of the high levels of fecal bacteria. Health officials plan to monitor the water to make sure it stays safe.
Every time I hear that word,
Fecal bacteria?
yeah, those words, that's enough to
Keep me
I
away
think that'll
from the
keep me
beach.
out more than the sharks would.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one. All right, let's take a look. What's happening outside today? Well, obviously, we're talking about this tropical storm. Good news is, at least at this time of the day, it's not quite as strong as we were thinking. It doesn't mean that we won't see any flooding. That's not the case. We will see some flooding and rain, but the question remains how much. We'll show you the radar coming up.
So what's your best advice for the weekend?
No, I think we'll have second half of the weekend salvage. No, I think we'll be okay by Sunday.
Should we stay inside?
Well, for today.
For today?
Yeah.
Well, that's where we are.
Oh, look at that. You
Look at
got to be
that.
inside. That's where you want to be.
Exactly. Casa Linda, the name of this
Oh,
home.
goodness.
And when we come back, we're going to be showing you around and telling you how you can see it too this weekend. We'll be right back.
Hold me down, I'm gonna fly straight to heaven. And when I leave, I want you to know. When I'm finally gone, I'm gonna be gone without a trace. There's a lot of good times ahead before we're done. And of all of these things that matter here upon my list, you are my number one.
A teacher learns the power of love. I made a big mistake. Claire and I? Claire and you are what?
We're getting married.
Boston Public.
See it tonight on Fox 13.
The Force.
Authentic.
Oh, I think we're taking a few G's here. I can't feel my face, I'm numb.
The sensation. Real.
I can't lift my hand. Is there still gravity?
The experience. Unbelievable.
Dad, are we still in the building?
New mission space at Epcot. Like no thrill on Earth.
What do people see in the new Chrysler Pacifica? I see a woman who knows how to relax.
I see a man who knows where he's going in the world.
I see a painter, a parent, an individual.
I see a mom and a dad who are completely behind their kids.
Introducing the Chrysler Pacifica, well beyond the SUV.
September is Sofa Express's anniversary, so we're kicking it off with our greatest 5-day sale. 5 days of the greatest in-stock selection of sofas available for next-day delivery. 5 days of the greatest savings. And 5 days of our greatest financing offer. No down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2005. Our greatest 5-day sale means our greatest savings to you. Sofa Express, here today, home tomorrow.
Fox 13's Health Report is sponsored by Bush's Country Style Baked Beans.
And now, meteorologist Eric Chilton with your Sky Tower Skytrack forecast.
Okay, take a look at Tampa, and more clouds than anything else. That's what you would expect. The rain really hasn't been all that heavy in that area as we look down Kennedy Boulevard toward downtown. But to the south, a different story. Rain bands now starting to move in. Keep in mind, this is really more of a rain situation than winds. Be surprised if the winds make it above 45 miles per hour with this storm, and we'll keep you posted on that. So it's good news, actually, for us this morning. 77 degrees right now, 88% humidity, winds out of the south-southeast at 7 and a steady barometer. Let's get right to it. I want to show you the radar and where the rain is. Most of this, you see, out over the Gulf waters. This should be about the center of circulation here. More lightning strikes to the north. Still a good 100 miles or so before it's forecast to move on shore. If we zoom in, you can kind of see exactly where it is. Let's say if you drew a line from here, the center, all the way over Clearwater Beach area, somewhere between Clearwater and Tarpon Springs, closer to Clearwater. That's just about the level of where the center of circulation is now. It is forecast, by the way, to make a turn to the northeast later. That would take it towards Citrus County, Crystal River, that area, Bayport, also in line. Now, right now, let's go back to the weather computer, show you the coordinates. Really not as impressive as yesterday. The satellite picture still shows a lot of clouds, but not as much rain. 27.7 north latitude, 84.6 west longitude, and the winds at 40, movement to the east at 7. Let's go to Howard now. Howard's in the weather center. And Howard, most of the rain on the east side of this, so it's possible that we could see more of the rain quicker and get the rain out of here quicker than what we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, you know, you're right, Eric. We're looking at this and saying all the rain is running ahead of it. If it's going to move ashore around midnight, 2 a.m., then all the rain pushes ahead of it. Maybe a little bit of backwash, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape for the weekend with just our usual scattered showers, so maybe not too bad. Let's talk about where this is and where it's going, though. There is basically where it's going to head, and as you can see, we're talking Saturday, 2 a.m. to be already on the coast. And as Eric said, if all the rain's running ahead of it, then that should be pretty good news for us. Now, here it is, and here's the center of circulation. Just watch right there, and you can see the rain and the radar echoes spinning around right there. Now, if it's going to move the way we just looked at, and it's going to impact right here, this is southern Citrus County. This northern section of Hernando County, southern section of Citrus County is very, very flood prone. So with the southwest wind coming in here, they can have a little bit of coastal flood problems there and a little bit of river flooding because the storm is heading up the river. That's a funny term, but yep, the storm is heading up the river, and that means as the storm moves this way, the rivers can't flow back to the Gulf, so they back up. And that causes even more river flooding. As if we don't have enough problem with the rain falling, the rivers tend to back up. The rivers can't flow out into the Gulf of Mexico with the storm surge pushing the other way. And so you're talking about the Withlacoochee River, the Homosassa River, Chaskawitzka. Those rivers could have some major problems, and that's on top of the 5-6 inches of rain that they may get up there. So for these folks, lots and lots of problems. Eric, for us, maybe not as many problems because, as you said, doesn't look like as heavy a rain or as long-lasting a rain as we first thought.
Yeah, I guess the bottom line is that it could have been worse. I mean, the rain amounts to the north obviously would be an issue, as Howard said, but from about the base south, you may not see much in the way of just the rains that we're getting right now, and that could be it. We'll keep you posted throughout the day, of course. Tropical storm warning still in effect, as it should be. Southwest winds 25 to 30 today, that's possible, and seas 8 to 10 feet. This is a worst-case scenario, but very rough on the bay. 85 for the water temperature. Tides at the St. Pete Pier, 8:57 this morning, so a little more than an hour from now, we have a high tide, then a low tide at 6:09 p.m. High temperatures today held down by all the rain, so we'll see 85 degrees. We should say held down more by clouds than the rain, but the rain will be moving in and winds on the increase. Here's the extended outlook for you. Sky Tower next 7-day forecast with 85 today, 87 tomorrow. Still holding an 80% chance of rain tomorrow, but I think it'd be more likely a morning event, maybe first half of the day tomorrow. Then Sunday, rain chances back to normal. We'll hold temperature highs in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees all the way through the middle of next week, and a 40% chance of late day showers and thunder showers. First birthday wishes today. Logan Franklin, happy first birthday. This little guy from Clearwater loves music, dancing, and taking baths. He doesn't like getting out of the bath. Kyle Smith of Venice is a year old today. He enjoys swimming and cheering for the Bucks, of course. Happy birthday to Emma Jo Parton. This sweetie likes horses, dogs, cats, and posing for the camera, as you can see. Jeremy Earnshaw, a year old as well. This toddler from Hernando loves to play with his toys and go shopping with his grandma. He also likes to give kisses. And Janae Gibson turns a year old tomorrow. This cutie loves disco music, believe it or not, and vegetables. And if you have a child who's about to turn a year old, please send us a picture and a description to the Fox 13 First Birthday Club, P.O. Box 31113, Tampa 33631. Ann?
In health news today, advice for parents to relax. The Mayo Clinic surveyed 300 parents, and nearly 70% of moms and 60% of dads admit that they constantly worry about their child's well-being, almost to the point of being obsessed. And psychologists who worked on the study say it's all normal. They think that most new parents will relax as they get used to having children, but others might need to seek professional help if they fear that they might act on their disturbing thoughts. Up next, the president's ears might have been burning last night, and it was a golden day in court for the Golden Arches. The time is 7:48.
It's back this weekend only. This is your last chance to get to Kane's Furniture's biggest Labor Day sale ever. One final weekend to get free financing and no interest until 2005, plus huge store-wide holiday savings. Save $100 on this 100% imported Italian all-other sofa, now $7.99. Or save on this three-piece pine bed with wood rails, now just $3.79. These holiday offers will not be extended, so hurry. Kane's huge Labor Day sale is back now through Monday only.
Steinmart is exactly what I need.
You can get everything.
Great designer clothes.
The brand names are fabulous. Specialty sweaters,
One-of-a-kind jewelry. Fabulous accessories. Professional clothing.
and some really cute shoes, all in one store.
Prices, prices, prices. Can't say enough about that. Bingo.
The prices are
Unbelievable.
incredible. I want it, I buy it. Instant gratification. Steinmart. Once you go, you get it.
I look like $1 million without having to spend $1 million.
On the next Live with Regis and Kelly, he's the wacky foreign exchange student from that 70s show.
Keep your hands to yourself, butt slapper.
Wilmer Valderrama is here, plus Christine Baranski on the next Live.
Today at 9 on Fox 13.
He came to Hope to start over.
It's memories that I've come here to forget.
And met her.
Cool. Splendid.
Splendid. She came to win him back.
Oh, God.
But how do you choose between the one who knows you completely
Come back home. I love you.
and the one who completes you? Colin Firth.
I wanted to talk to you.
In church.
I figured it's the only place we wouldn't end up having sex.
Hope Springs. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Thinking SUV? Think Isuzu. Right now, save with our highest dealer incentives of the year on top of Isuzu's new low prices. Choose 0% financing or save thousands on 2003 models. Save up to $3,500 on Rodeo, $3,500 on Axiom, or up to $3,000 on Ascender. All backed by a 7-year, 75,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop thinking and start driving. These offers end soon. Get to your local Isuzu dealer today.
If you see news happening, dial star 13 on your Alltel phone.
It's now 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's time to check the headlines this morning.
First to Alabama, where 2 men died after a TV tower they were working on collapsed. A third man was hurt. Police say the men were several hundred feet up on the tower when it toppled. Authorities are investigating the accident.
Democratic presidential candidates took aim at President Bush during their debate last night. Missouri Congressman Dick Gephardt lashed out at Mr. Bush, calling him a miserable failure. They also criticized the way the president has handled the economy, Iraq, and immigration policies. By the way, the president campaigns in Jacksonville and Fort Lauderdale next week.
And McDonald's won a courtroom victory. A judge tossed out a class action suit against the fast food chain. Plaintiffs blame the fast food chain for using misleading advertising to lure children into eating unhealthy foods and causing them to gain weight. The same judge threw out a previous version of the lawsuit back in January. And it's time for us to get a check on the Friday morning commute.
Here's Daryl Theron. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, friends. Tell you what, we've got some stuff for our friends down south. Sarasota, Manatee. Look at the maps here. Minnesota Key, Osprey. You are going to have yourself a serious ride into work this morning with all the rain showers. Add some extra time. Of course, the rain showers do give an excuse to be late to work. And then we have heavy traffic moving southbound along I-75, Beers, and also from Bruce B. Downs, extremely heavy through there. Did I say 75 in Beers? I meant Bruce B. Downs. You know how it is. Daryl there in Skyfox Traffic.
We know how it is, Daryl. Thanks.
In the next half hour of Good Day Tampa Bay, find out where you can soon belly up to the bar a little earlier on game day.
But first, Russell is living in the lap of luxury, at least for a moment.
Boy, I'm glad that was you. Glad that was you. Hey, it's called Casa Linda, a beautiful new home here in Pinellas County. We're going to be showing you that and telling you about a fundraiser that where you can get a chance to see this house this weekend. Stick around. We'll be right back.
When you're looking for a home, your real estate agent is a big part of your life. You need someone you can count on.
I wish you were closer to a school.
RE/MAX agents average more experience and more sales than other agents. Tell us what you want. RE/MAX, outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Need new furniture? Then snuggle up to Badcock with their great selection of mattresses, beds, and frames. Plus, buy any Serta box spring and mattress set for $599.95 or more and get this cuddly Serta counting sheet free.
Makes it easy.
Find a wedge at all?
Oh my God.
What is this thing? How about we play for a Buick Rainier? You're kidding. Come on. Okay, this is going to be some fun.
Go, Beverly, go!
Coffee, please.
Make that two. And can I have one of these? Michelle? Oh, please, I've been good all week.
Yeah, but aren't you on
Weight Watchers? Yeah. Pretty amazing, huh?
Weight Watchers introduces new Flex Points. The points let you lose. The Flex lets you live.
I could never have a cookie on my diet.
Maybe that's why you quit your diet.
New Flex Points. Start flexing, start losing. Join now for only $18. Weight Watchers. Real food, real life, real results.
I'm the last person you see when you leave the store, so it's my job to make sure that you leave happy. It's not just about paper or plastic for me. It's about what the customer needs, and believe me, things come up. You gotta be flexible. Sometimes you have to think outside of the box. No 2 days are alike. I'll do whatever I can to make sure you leave happy. There's no point in me being here otherwise. It's not just my job, it's my pleasure.
Great stuff on Fox 13 tonight. Starting at 8 with Bernie Mac and Wanda at Large. Then it's Boston Public, followed by the Fox 13 10 o'clock news.
Imagine a home where you can get your dry cleaning done at home. You can even swim up to the bar.
I want one. It's not a dream. This is a reality for Russell Rhodes, at least for this morning.
Yeah, it's a short trip. You know, we're not going to be here long. How you guys doing? Good?
Doing good.
Yeah. A little waterlogged, but I want to show you. The house is called Casa Linda, and the family's going to be moving into it soon, but until they do, there's a fundraiser here on Saturday night benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We're going to be telling you about that later, where you can get a chance to tour this incredible home built by WinStar Homes. And this is the kitchen.
The what?
Kitchen.
What do you do in the kitchen?
You cook the meals, is what happens here.
You microwave things?
There's a microwave, but I'm going to show you something. Tom, look at this. Very James Bond, some of the controls here.
Excuse me, but I really do have that oven at home.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. What did you say, Ann?
I really do have that oven at home.
Do you really?
Real.
Well, all right, okay, you have that. Do you know how to turn it?
It's great for chicken McNuggets warming them up.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, do you know what a hassle it is, Ann, when you want to put some water in a pot and then put it on the stove?
I've seen this where the tap is over there.
Yeah, right there. In case you want cold water, right for the pasta, you just can turn it on right there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It is.
That's a nice feature.
They thought of everything in this house. We're going to be meeting the builders in a while and asking them about some of the, well, there's 22 televisions in here.
22. Only 22.
I bet there are a couple in the bathroom, too.
A couple? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's an absolutely beautiful home, and we're going to be exploring a little of it and telling you about the fundraiser this weekend during the 8 o'clock hour of Good Day, okay?
It's a beautiful home.
See you then.
Thanks.
Weather time.
Yes.
Let's take a look. The showers out there, obviously, with tropical storm. Now tropical storm, in case you didn't know that, Henri. It is getting closer to us, and radar showing most of the rain to the south of the bay proper, so Sarasota seeing some of the heavier showers. Now moving Clearwater, St. Pete, you're getting a little bit of the action as well. The center of circulation, if you drew a line straight out to the west from Clearwater, that's the center of circulation. Most of the rain is on the east side of this, and we'll talk more about this in just a minute.
Still ahead on Good Day Tampa Bay, a local doctor's mix-up turns into a medical breakthrough.
And a local teenager could soon get national attention in the country music world, and she's singing for us this morning. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mom.
Billy, what have you been doing?
I was online, doing my ocean report. I was checking out some movie clips of great whites while watching a streaming video about shipwrecks. Oh, no. I left the computer on!
Verizon Online DSL, now with MSN 8, lets you see, hear, and feel the internet like never before. This is powerful stuff. Verizon. Make progress every day.
It used to be special. Now it's just old and tired. I can't help thinking there might be something better out there.
Experience microfiber from American Signature Home. As sensuous as suede, but easier to care for. Get this sofa for just $4.99. American Signature Home. Located off Route 60 within the Westfield Shopping Town Center.
I've been there.
Hold me down, I'm gonna fly straight to heaven. And when I leave, I want you to know, when I'm finally gone, I'm gonna be gone without a trace. There's a lot of good times ahead before we're done. And of all of these things that matter here upon my list, you are my number one.
The secret ingredient in our milkshakes? Ironically, milk. Now we have new peach, coffee mocha, and banana. Get one for $1.99 with any platter purchase. Can't decide between them? Draw straws.
Steak and Shake. We have 3 new milkshakes.
Stay tuned for the latest forecast coming up on Good Day Tampa Bay.
From Fox Television, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
Tropical storm Henri is swirling off the west coast of Florida.
And that is first on Fox right now, and we have team coverage for you from our Sky Tower weather team. Let's start with meteorologist Eric Chilton.
Thanks, Ann. We take a look at the coordinates right now. We'll show you the radar in just a minute. 28.1 north. These are brand new coordinates in from the National Hurricane Center. Tropical storm Henri. 28.1 north, 84.3 west longitude. Winds to 45 miles per hour now. And the movement is to the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour with that more of a northeast turn expected a little bit later on. Let's go back to the radar. I want to show you Sky Tower radar because we are seeing some showers now finally moving ashore. It's just they've take their time since overnight. They've just really been creeping along. This is the center right here. Center of circulation just about here. So you can see it's directly off from Clearwater and Clearwater Beach, about 100 miles or a little bit less than that away from our beaches, but it's moving very slow, as we mentioned, back to the north. As far as the track is concerned for this on the weather computer, it looks like it should be making landfall at sometime overnight. We'll say between midnight and 2 a.m. around Citrus County, so just around Crystal River in that area. So obviously we have the tropical storm warning all up and down our coastal sections from Inglewood through the viewing area. Let's go to Howard Shapiro now. We've been watching the radar all morning long. Howard, not all that impressive, but we still will see some flooding, especially in our northern counties as a result of this.
Eric, you're right. And with those new coordinates, our main problem is still the same thing. We are talking about rain. And we're talking about a little coastal flooding as well, because since they've increased it now to 8 miles an hour, it makes sense it will cross the coast now sometime before midnight tonight, likely evening tonight, up around northern Hernando, southern Citrus County. So let's take a look at the system. And you can see by radar that we definitely have rain to contend with, but that still doesn't look like a major rain event. It's just that we will talk about tides up here, because the tides will be high during that evening hour, say 10, 11, 12 o'clock up in that area. And tides are running fairly high, 2-3 feet as a normal consequence of a high tide. You add another 2 to 3 feet to that, and there could be some problems up there. So we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Eric and I will show you more radar and talk more about Henri. First of all, though, let's go back to Tom and Ann.
Thank you, Howard. A tropical storm is the last thing that people in many parts of the Bay Area need right now.
They're still trying to dry out from the near-record rainfall of August. And Fox 13's Brian Goff joins us this morning from the Rolling Oaks subdivision near Hudson. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Tom. I really don't need to say much, do I? Look behind me, and there's the water around the houses, and it's been there for a long time. And as a result of that, with every passing day, residents are getting more and more frustrated. The idea that there's a foot of water all through your house is obviously not something to relish. Certainly the Milady family doesn't relish it. They're going through it. Nearly a month ago, their house flooded, and it has stayed that way.
Well, I'm angry at the county, and I'm sad because we're losing everything. We've been here since 1980 and never, you know, when they built that road, this is the second time we flooded now.
While they're able to live high and dry in their travel trailer, it isn't enough. Their belongings are all inside their flooded house, and their son, daughter-in-law, and granddaughter might have to move from next door because of the flood.
Yesterday, our septic went under. It just seems nobody gets any help. Pasco County doesn't do anything for you. The water just keeps coming.
Here at County Line Road, the water is high too, and it hasn't moved for days either. From the air, you can see how widespread the problem is and will remain until the rain stays away for a significant period of time. And you know, over and over again, you'll hear homeowners around here complain about the county. The county doesn't do anything. Our taxes are too high, and so on. The county, in response to that, says there's just nowhere to put the water. The ground is saturated. There's nothing they can do. If they pump it, it'll just roll back in again. So that's what the county says. Residents, however, continue to be frustrated, and wouldn't you be if you had a foot of water in your house?
Just a bad situation. Brian, thank you very much. Ann?
And here are a few other things that you need to know about the storm. All local schools are open today. Progress Energy has mobilized special tree and line crews this morning. They will work to make sure that the power stays on. Emergency managers in Citrus, Pasco, and Hernando counties meet this morning to talk about the looming tropical storm. They will decide what action, if any, is needed, including the possibility of opening any shelters. State emergency managers are keeping an eye on the tropical storm from their offices in Tallahassee. Much of the Bay Area already has rivers overflowing, and emergency officials fear that the storm will make it even worse. And you, too, can keep track of the local weather by going to our website. You can log on to WTVT.com for live Sky Tower radar pictures and updated weather forecasts from our team of meteorologists.
And in spots this morning, the roads are wet, so you'll have to be extra careful. Let's check in with Daryl Theron in Sky Fox Traffic. Daryl?
Good morning there. So far this morning has really been a not bad morning to go to work. Could have been worse if that storm had really done what it was supposed to have done. Take a look here at Pinellas County, where we've got normal heavy volume, southbound 19, anywhere from Main Street, Countryside, southward through Drew. And you did have some earlier stuff around 49th Street, also around 49th Street, US 19, as well as Park Boulevard and 43rd Street. Here's a live Sky Fox traffic view of 275 over the river. Now, what's wrong with this picture? Not a lot of cars there. I mean, it's kind of an easier drive. People probably stayed home today or are leaving for work a little bit later. Anyway, right now we're kind of dry. It's going to get worse as the morning goes on, though, perhaps. Gerald Theron, Sky Fox Traffic.
Another person in Florida has a dangerous form of the West Nile virus. A 56-year-old Volusia County woman has West Nile encephalitis. That is a potentially deadly brain infection. Health officials think she caught it while traveling out of the country, but they are not ruling out the possibility that she caught it here in Florida. She is the 7th Florida resident confirmed with West Nile this week and the 24th this year.
Tampa's new police chief is no stranger to the beat. Mayor Pam Iorio picked Stephen Hogue to take the place of retiring Chief Benny Holder. Hogue worked at TPD as an officer for 23 years and most recently served as the police chief in Fort Walton Beach. He plans to continue cleaning up the streets of East Tampa and putting more officers in the community. Hogue will make $125,000 a year. He'll officially replace Benny Holder in about 2 weeks. Did you grab a coffee mug and donut and run out the door this morning?
Soon you will be able to linger over your morning meal on Sundays with more than a newspaper if you want. We'll explain in just a bit.
Tom, Ann?
Yes, Russell?
What do you think?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is the gentleman's lounge room in the Casa Linda home.
Women not allowed, huh?
Well, you, of course, because this is heaven for you, isn't it? This is what you want. All these TVs, we're going to be talking about this when Good Day continues. We'll be right back.
Fox Friday, one of the funniest comments is on the Bernie Mac Show.
I'm going to have him on the show, too. Tune in.
Chris Rock guest stars on Bernie Mac. Then, how does Wanda break the ice on a first date?
Ooh, what is that? The grapes of wrath? Took the enamel right off my teeth.
That's a start, Wanda.
It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 13.
The mission continues. I would like to trade you this nice box of Goleen Crunch cereal for your bathroom scale.
Take the pounds, honey, not the scale.
You don't need to diet. You just need to eat right to have a healthy body. Let me show you some of this.
What's the fiber?
Here you got 8 grams of fiber per serving. It's got lots of protein to help keep you energized.
I'm feeling slim already.
I'll give you a little taste of this.
This really is good.
Put it over yogurt. Listen to that crunch, huh?
You can have my scale.
I'll take it.
Take my scale.
I'm spreading the freedom. Don't diet. Go lean.
We need a car, a truck or van. Who you gonna call? AutoWay.
Our AutoWay discounted prices are always low, always up front. That's why you should always go to AutoWay. Call 1-800-SHOP-AutoWay.
Call AutoWay. AutoWay's got that whamma jamma. Ooh, bring it down now. Ooh, bring it down now. Ooh.
AutoWay discounted prices. Yeah!
Come to the huge end-of-summer pool clearance at Recreational Factory Warehouse. We're clearing out our showroom, and we're selling it all, regardless of price. Pools, accessories, chemicals, toys, games, everything for your pool. Everything must go at or even below wholesale cost. Save on all remaining pools, every size, every model, at the year's lowest prices. Take your pool now, pay for it next year. No interest, same as cash financing. Don't miss the end-of-summer pool clearance at Recreational Factory Warehouse. In Tampa, Pinellas Park, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
In Tampa this weekend, people will be able to buy alcohol 2 hours earlier on Sunday. City Council members voted unanimously to ease the blue laws. The new rule allows alcohol sales to start at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings instead of 1 in the afternoon. Later this month, the City Council might allow an extra exemption for Tampa International Airport. It would allow airport alcohol sales to start at 7 in the morning.
So will it be cheers or jeers on Wall Street today?
Let's find out. Here's Jane King on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning. Good news from another high-tech giant could help keep this September streak on Wall Street going. Intel says that computer chips are selling better in the third quarter than what they had previously expected. Also today, we get the latest on the job market. The August employment report is out about an hour before the opening bell, and we do expect the unemployment rate to inch up to 6.3%. Well, the Dow struggled throughout the day. It did, though, close higher by 19 points yesterday to 95.87. The Nasdaq tacked on 16 to 1868. Verizon and the two unions representing about 35% of its workforce have reached a tentative agreement a month after the workers' contract with the largest U.S. phone company expired. The 5-year deal increases wages and job security, but the workers will have to pay more for health insurance. The deal still needs to be ratified by the entire union membership. Rates on a 30-year mortgage rate climbed to their highest level so far this year. Freddie Mac says the average 30-year home loan is now at 6.44%. A 15-year rate, that's a popular option for refinancing, rose to 5.77%. Live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Jane, thank you very much. And now for a progress report on Henri, here is Eric Chilton.
All right, we take a look at the numbers. 77 degrees now with 88% humidity, and the winds south-southeast at 7. Let's show you that all-important radar because the rain band's now starting to work their way inland. You can see some of the heaviest activity to the south, Sarasota area, even as far inland as, say, Sebring, also seeing showers and thunderstorms at this hour. You can see the heaviest bands right now just out over the shores near Sarasota. All this, by the way, drifting to the east-northeast at a slow rate of speed, about 8 miles per hour. Now, this is the center of circulation here. Not all that impressive. We really haven't seen the moisture quite wrap around that area there. If you drew a line straight in, you can see it's just off the coast from Clearwater, about a little less than 100 miles, we think, back out. Now, remember, that track takes it more to the east-northeast, so Citrus County actually is where it should make landfall later on tonight, overnight, and into Saturday morning. On the weather computer, some coordinates for you. These are the latest in, by the way. 28.1 north latitude, longitude 84.3 west, and the wind's 45. Movement is east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Remember, it takes 39 miles per hour greater to be a tropical storm, so not all that strong. And as far as the track is concerned, as you see, Friday 2 p.m., 45 miles per hour. The maximum winds forecast at this point is 50, and that would be Saturday at 2 a.m. So overnight tonight, making landfall around Citrus County. For those folks we watch for flooding with the rains moving into that area, northern counties already seeing problems with the ground saturated, so any additional rainfall, even if it's as little as 3 to 5 inches of rain, could cause some major problems up that way. That's what we're watching for. And remember, the tropical storm warning still in effect all up and down our coastline, at least from Inglewood through our viewing area to the north. Howard Shapiro standing by in the Weather Center. Howard, let's take a look at the radar and talk about what's happening. Most of the rain on the east side of the storm.
Eric, that's right, and it seems now that we're up to 8 miles an hour, slowly but surely this forward speed is creeping up, which may mean that we're going to see this thing coming ashore sometime this evening, say 9, 10, 11 o'clock up in northern Hernando, southern Citrus County. You take a look, you just work these up. We're talking about northern portions of Pasco County. Tide is high at 1046. In Bayport, in Hernando County, the tide is high around 1155. Now, by the time you get up to Homosassa, the tide isn't high until almost 4 a.m. And since we expect probably moving ashore somewhere in this type of time frame, we're going to be worried about high tide in Bayport and Hudson because we do have that southwest wind, and that southwest wind is certainly going to pile up some water. Now, even though it may not be all that strong of a storm, and you look at it, and certainly it is not all that strong. You watch the circulation here, and even that seems to fall apart a little bit. It will be moving in that direction, so the impact will be northern Pasco, Hernando, maybe even southern Citrus County, depending on the track. But as we've been talking about, with most of the rain ahead of it, and now the likelihood of it crossing the coast before midnight, it's probably not going to get much stronger, and our weather tomorrow should start to dramatically improve. The rest of today into tonight, though, going to be pretty soggy, Eric.
That's right. With localized flooding, we expect to see that to the north. And here's the forecast. Clouds and rain, obviously, with the winds on the increase. 85 degrees for a high temperature today. Our extended outlook Sky Tower next 7-day forecast showing us 80% chance of showers at least the first half of the day tomorrow. We think, as Howard said, rapidly improving as we head into Sunday. We'll keep a 40% chance in there just in case. 89 degrees for Sunday, Monday, back up to 90 by Tuesday of next week, and we're back to a normal summertime forecast by then.
And Russell is visiting some designer digs today.
And he'd probably want to call it Home Swell Home. We'll get the tour in just a bit. But first, here's another look at the lottery numbers from last night. Tomorrow's lotto jackpot, by the way, is worth $15 million. Time is 8:15.
It's clearance time on an amazing selection of Toyotas. Toyota time has been held over. Don't miss your last chance for an extra $250 cash back on the 2003 Camry and 2003 Highlander for a total of $1,250 cash back. Don't wait. $1,250 cash back absolutely ends September 8th. See your local dealer today or visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota time. The time is now.
This is so good. Who cares if Miracle Whip has half the fat? This is the mayonnaisiest. Okay, Mom, that's enough. Thank goodness.
Half the fat of mayonnaise and all the tangy zip. Love that Miracle Whip.
Oh.
Our wireless network works here? Yes. Here? Yes. Here? No. No. Yes. Karen, you're the customer. Surely this is enough network for you, yes?
No.
Do we think alike or what? You want wireless coverage wherever you go. So at Alltel, we're expanding our digital network by over 150,000 square miles. Right now, you can connect the whole family with up to 5 phones for just 99 cents each. And unlimited night and weekend minutes. See store for details. Better digital coverage?
You got that right.
Alltel.
He came to start over and met her.
Cool. Splendid.
She came to win him back.
Oh, God.
Colin Firth.
I want to talk to you.
In church.
It's the only place we wouldn't end up having sex.
Hope Springs. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Now, for the first time ever, the original international phenomenon that's taken the world by storm is headed your way. River Dance. A spectacular journey in song and dance, from the sensual to the sensational, from Ireland to the world beyond. Experience the original River Dance.
On sale now, October 31st through November 2nd at Mahaffey Theater. Call 727-898-2100.
All right, Russell Rhodes might feel a little like Mr. Rourke today, you know, from the old television show Fantasy Island.
He's playing host this morning at the amazing home that certainly got the stuff of fantasies. Good morning. Smiles, everyone, smiles. How's that?
It was very good.
Thank you.
Very good. You guys okay?
Yes, how about you?
I'm good, thank you. It's me, Bobby Gross from WinStar Homes. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Well, you built the thing. You built it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank
Casa
you.
Linda.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, we're going to give them the tour of the whole place later, but this is the room that tends to fascinate me the most. This
Pretty
the
special.
Gentleman's
Lounge.
Gentleman's Lounge,
Yeah.
you call it.
Yeah.
And it's your own private sports bar is what it is, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah, talk to me about it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, the room was set up with kind of a dual theme, in that some people like specific theaters in and of themselves, and then specific billiard room game rooms. What we did was incorporate two rooms into one, still being able to give separation, but being able to make the room very functional for large groups of people.
Yeah.
The homeowners entertain large groups, and because of that, with sporting events being a real focal point for them, they wanted to be able to have this situation where you could have multiple TVs playing at the same time. Everybody could enjoy the ambiance of the room, shooting billiards, watching sports, having a drink, relaxing. So ultimately, it worked out real well.
And unfortunately, I don't think you can see it too well on television just because of the limitations, but the detail of this place is absolutely incredible.
Well, thank you.
You just look at what you did and the wood and everything in here, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, I had mentioned to you yesterday, Russell, that we're fortunate enough to be able to work with the very best people. And Franco Pasquale designed a lot of the interior finishes in here. And we have the finest trim carpenters in the business. And when you work with the very best people, ultimately you get the best result.
We're going to take this tour later on in a few minutes when we come back. There's a big fundraiser here tomorrow night for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We'll be telling you about that. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 TVs in case you were counting in this room. And that's a 100-inch projection screen. So there
7 of the 22, as Tom says.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. 7 of the 22. Wow.
Are you going to show us the best part of the house in a little while?
Yeah, I'll show you the bathroom later. I know that's what you want to see.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Just wondering. If the weather cooperates, there are a lot of things that you can do this weekend.
We'll help you plan when we come back. And later, don't just reach for a Band-Aid when you get cut. A powder could do the job even better. We'll show you how it works. The time right now is 8:20, 77 degrees.
On the next Live with Regis and Kelly, he's the wacky foreign exchange student from that 70s show.
Keep your hands to yourself, butt slapper.
Wilmer Valderrama is here, plus Christine Baranski on the next Live.
Today at 9 on Fox 13.
The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
That chicken from Popeyes.
You're gonna love Popeye's authentic New Orleans-style menu. World-famous chicken, po' boys, chicken strips, and America's favorite red beans and rice.
And it's good.
Of course it's good. It's Popeye's.
Get 2 pieces of Popeye's chicken and a biscuit for only $2.49. Or get 10 pieces classic mild and spicy for only $7.99.
It's the big taste of the Big Easy. Popeye's New Orleans-style menu. You won't find the flavors of New Orleans at KFC.
We kicked that bucket, honey.
Need new furniture?
Then snuggle up to Badcock with their great selection of mattresses, beds, and frames. Plus, buy any Serta box spring and mattress set for $599.95 or more and get this cuddly Serta counting sheet free.
Hey, Mom and Dad, check out this nice van, totally loaded for around $4.99 a month. On the other hand, check out this totally cool motorhome. It comes with a widescreen TV, VCR, satellite dish, surround sound, CD, DVD, a GPS, internet access, automatic leveling system, furniture, a fridge, and more. Oh yeah, it's also around $4.99 a month. Mom, Dad, I think the choice is clear.
Henri is keeping Eric Chilton pretty busy this morning.
But he did take a few minutes to assemble the weekend events calendar, so let's check it out.
It's the first Friday of the month, and it's time to get downtown. St. Petersburg hosts its monthly street party on Central Avenue between 2nd and 3rd Streets. It starts at 5:30 and features music. The first Friday party is free, but bring along a few dollars for refreshments. Or better yet, stick around for dinner at one of the many downtown St. Pete restaurants.
And a soft drive hit perfectly in the right center for a base hit.
If you'd rather go out to the ball game, the Devil Rays can oblige. They're hosting the Oakland A's all weekend long. Friday night's game starts at 7:15. On Saturday, first pitch is at 6:15, and there's a Rays Family Value Pack offer in your newspaper. Sunday's game starts at 1:15, and the first 5,000 fans in the door take home a Rocco Baldelli bobblehead dog. Saturday night, the Counting Crows take the stage at the USF Sundome. The concert was originally scheduled for March, and tickets for that date will be honored at Saturday's concert. If you still need a ticket, they start at $37.50. The concert begins at 7:30. And the Reebok Women's Triathlon Series comes to Florida on Sunday. Women will swim 0.75 kilometers, bike 20K, and run a 5K. It's all starting at 7 a.m. on the St. Pete Pier. It's open to individuals and relay teams. And make sure to stick around for the post-race party.
And it's time now for Dialing for Dollars. We have $200 today.
And when we call you a little bit later, if we call you, you will need to know the answer to this trivia question. Russell visits an amazing house today called Casa Linda. It's nothing like the large crumbling house in the 1986 movie The Money Pit. And that was one of Tom Hanks' earlier comedies. The question is, who played the girlfriend on the movie? Was it A, Shelley Hack, B, Shelley Long, or C, Shelley Winters?
So it's just his girlfriend? I thought they were married.
I did too. I thought they were
maybe
too.
Not,
and you have to give us more than
a couple.
You have to give us more than just Shelley when you call.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to give the last name as well.
Work, would it?
A, B, or C will work as well.
Okay. Eric, what do you think? Name and a number. All right. There is much more ahead, including a lawsuit involving a Bay Area school.
And both students and teachers were doggone proud at a special graduation.
Annie?
Yes?
While
Are you there?
Tom and Eric and I are all there in the gentleman's lounge, this is for you. Nice little place for you. Right there. And you have your own TV, too.
I'd rather hang out at the bathroom.
Well, okay. Okay, we'll show you the bathroom.
Thank you.
It's a great bathroom.
I bet it is. That's why I want to see it.
Big tub.
Yeah.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
He took a team on the verge of greatness and delivered them to the promised land. Don't miss Just Gruden, Sunday at 10:30 on Fox 13.
Huh, he gets all the attention. But we know how it'll end. Streaks, spots, give me some Jet Dry. Just one bottle a month.
Jet Dry, once a month, every month, for sparkling dishes. Remove tough stains and keep your dishwasher like new with Jet Dry Dishwasher Cleaner.
Air should smell fresh and clean. But inside, bacteria can cause tough odors in the air. That's why the makers of Lysol created Nutra Air, an air treatment that helps neutralize odors in the air caused by odor-causing bacteria. Nutra Air, treat your air well.
It's the September Savings Celebration at your Lincoln Mercury dealer, where you can still find great end-of-the-model year savings on every 2003 Lincoln and Mercury, including the best Grand Marquis ever. It's earned the government's highest 5-star front crash test rating 8 years in a row. Plus, Grand Marquis was named the most dependable full-size car by J.D. Power and Associates. And now you can get up to $4,500 cash back or 0% APR for 60 months. Hurry while selection is still good. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer by September 30th.
Try them. They're different. New Post-it Super Sticky Notes.
Style. Between Bel Air and Beverly Hills, you could feel it everywhere. For this was the era of glamour, elegance, and romance. An era personified by one man, Humphrey Bogart. Now, Thomasville presents the Bogart Collection, piece by piece, room by room, all designed with the style and elegance of one of Hollywood's most romantic legends. The Bogart Collection, only from Thomasville, where style lives.
Everything on sale now, including the Bogart Collection, Tampa, Newport Richey, Clearwater, and Brandon.
From Fox Television, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
Tropical storm Henri is not too far off our coast.
And that's not good news for people who are already living in rain-soaked conditions.
Let's get right to the Sky Tower forecast. Our team coverage begins with Eric Chilton. Good morning.
Good morning. We take a look at Sky Tower radar first just to show you what's happening here. You can see now the rain starting to move into Pinellas County as well as Sarasota and Manatee County. And center of circulation is off the coast, located just about here. Getting closer, and we expect that turn more to the north-northeast later on today. Coordinates for you. We have that on the weather computer. So now basically the showers starting to show up along the shores, and we look for Henri at 28.1 north latitude. Longitude 84.3 west. Winds now up to about 45 miles per hour. Not really all that impressive so far as rainfall totals are concerned. That's good news for us, but keep in mind, in the afternoon we get a little bit of heating going on. We might see a resurgence of rain, but it looks like it's a slow-moving system, east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. The future track of this shows it coming ashore around, say, midnight to 2 a.m. tonight, technically Saturday morning. So winds possible that they could reach 50 miles per hour, but I think we would probably be more likely between the 45 to 50 mile per hour range, and that will move across the state and then exit back out Saturday night into Sunday morning. So it looks like second half of the weekend might actually be salvaged from all this. Howard Shapiro following it from the Weather Center. Howard, when we look at radar, we've got so much rain on the east side, not a lot on the west side of that storm.
That's right, Eric, and that's good news for us for the weekend because it means this is going to sweep out of here overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, it'll be on the East Coast, and our weather tomorrow looks a lot better than it had previously, and that's because the speed has increased a little bit, and the storm has become a little more concentrated, and consequently not much on the west side of it. In fact, when you look at it, you don't see a whole lot. Now, the one worry we have is storm surge. Because the storm is moving this way, then everything on the south side of it is going to see about a 2 to 4 foot storm surge. Now that means the high tides tonight in these locations along the coast, added to the normal tide, you could be seeing some problems. So that's what we're really concentrating on, the river flooding and the possibility of some coastal flooding from northern Pasco County up into Citrus County. That's what we'll be talking about in a couple of minutes. Eric and I will be back then. First of all, it's more news with Tom and Ann.
All right, Howard, thank you very much. Let's check on our traffic situation at 8:30 now. Here's Daryl Theron. Daryl.
Yes, sir. Good morning. So far, we have been really kind of lucked out on what we thought was really going to be a bad situation. But to the south of us, they're going to have some rain problems. You just saw the Sarasota there, the radar, Sarasota, Manatee, and you're really getting it. So that's going to be some heavy rain showers you to travel through. Still along US 19, we've got some very heavy traffic moving through anywhere Drew Street and south. We're still working a wreck around 49th Street, US 19, 19 in Curlew. Largo, you need to watch out around 19 in East Bay for a crash as well. Just buckle up, be safe and careful. Daryl Theron, Sky Fox Traffic.
Police in St. Petersburg are investigating 2 crimes that might be connected. One man was killed after a car chased him and ran him over. Officers found the dead man underneath a car in a vacant lot in the 2800 block of Fremont Terrace South. And minutes later, someone shot another man several times just a few blocks away, and he's at Bayfront Medical Center. Investigators believe drugs might have been involved. They have not released the victims' names at this point.
A Citrus County family mourns the death of their toddler today, who died in a fire. The blaze in the apartment of Carol Squires killed her son, Jonathan Lee. He would have turned 2 this month. Fire investigators still don't know what caused the fire at the Pelican Bay apartments in Crystal River. 2 adults and 2 other children got out safely.
There is more trouble for the embattled community Christian school in Largo. 3 former employees are suing the school, claiming they were fired because they spoke out against the former principal. Dick Baker resigned last month after a police investigation into dozens of trips that he made to Disney World with middle school-aged girls. The investigation found that the former principal did nothing wrong, but he stepped down anyway. The lawsuit claims that the school breached its contract and seeks $15,000 in damages.
A graduation ceremony in Tampa was all about puppy love. Students at the Dorothy Thomas Center train puppies to help disabled people. And after the 2-year program, the canines are then matched up with their new companions. There were a few teary eyes in the audience last night, but they know there's something to look forward to. A good crop of puppies ready for training as the process starts all over again.
Well, their work cut out for them, but it looks like fun. And
Yeah, it
boy,
sure
what
does.
an end result.
Get awfully connected.
I think it's safe to say it's going to rain today. I think I'm
it's
going out on a
safe to
limb
say
by
you're
saying
right.
that. Here's Eric Chilton with the weather.
Rainfall amounts, that's what I want to hear you talk about, Ann Dwyer. 77 degrees, 88% humidity, wind south-southeast at 7, and a steady barometer. And we say that because this storm really not as impressive as we thought yesterday. You can see by looking at Sky Tower that the rain band's now finally moving on shore. So we're seeing it all up and down Pinellas coastline, also around the Ruskin area and down towards Sarasota. All of this pushing slowly. We should emphasize slowly. That's really the problem here. It's slowly to the east-northeast. Northern counties do not need anything else in the way of rain, but it does look like that the eye of the storm, or at least the center of circulation, not really an eye, that's for sure, is located just about here. All you can see is just some rain to the east side of it. It really never wrapped around at one point. It's a fairly weak tropical system, and that will be turning more to the north and to the east. Let's go to the weather computer because these are the latest coordinates for you from the National Hurricane Center. 28.1 north latitude, 84.3 west longitude. The winds now forecast at 45 miles per hour. The movement east-northeast at 8. That forward track means, as Howard mentioned just a few minutes ago, that it would be moving into, say, Citrus County area between midnight to 2 a.m., that time frame, technically Saturday. And some of the forecast models have the winds at 50 miles per hour. I actually would be surprised if we see that because we haven't seen a whole lot of wraparound moisture around the center of circulation. Most of the rain is on the east side and not a lot on the west. If that is the case, then we might see most of the rain before the night is finished and into tomorrow morning. Let's go to Howard now. He's in the Weather Center. And Howard, that really may be a slight storm surge, some local coastal flooding, but it's really more of a rain event for our northern counties at this point.
Yeah, you're right, Eric. I think most of the effects are going to be in our northern counties. Both the storm surge, which could be 2 to 4 feet, and high tides are around 2 to 3 feet above mean low water anyway. So that could bring some flooding into those normal low-lying areas up in Hernando County, Citrus County. I included Hudson just in case the storm passes a little bit south. But in general, we are talking about, this is about the time the storm is expected to make landfall, and it's at the time of high tide. So I would expect anywhere in this area from, say, central Pasco County up into central Citrus County that we could be having some coastal flooding problems. To that, we have the rain to contend with. But, you know, it's funny, when you look at it, this looked like a pretty good system about 2 hours ago, and now as it gets closer, we can't see as much of a circulation center. So that indicates maybe some problems with it, but still we have this rain to go through, and I think the heaviest rain will be from the Bay Area northward, since that's where the storm is heading at the current time. Now, this is a very early satellite picture, and you can't tell much because we're just getting into daylight over where the storm is, but apparently the center would be somewhere around here where you see the heavier convection. But again, all the rain is running ahead of it. There really isn't too much behind it, and it is moving in that direction. So it doesn't look all that bad on the satellite picture, but certainly the radar presentation is not very good. I think, again, rain on the rivers is going to be a problem because this is moving over those already swollen rivers. So some coastal flooding, some river flooding problems, especially Pasco County north. And, Eric, we're going to have to watch it, but once again, it looks like we dodged another bullet.
That's right, Howard. We have clouds and rain with increasing winds today for the forecast and a high of 85 degrees. Really not as bad as it could have been. That's good news. Sky Tower extended outlook. Next 7 days, we show 85 degrees today, 87 degrees for tomorrow, and that 80% chance of rain you see is more likely for the first half of the day. As we head into the second half of the weekend, we salvage that 89 and a 40% chance of rain back to our normal 90s by Tuesday of next week.
Let's go back to Russell Rhodes at Casa Linda, the ultimate party house in Largo.
Casa Linda.
We're going to jump right in because I know there's a lot of news and weather going on, and I want Stephanie to get a chance to talk. Stephanie Andrews from the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Sarasota, Tampa Bay. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks
for letting us show all this off. You got a huge fundraiser here tomorrow night.
We do.
Despite the rain.
We're having
You're going to do it anyway. They're working feverishly to finish this house up when you start hearing things. What are you guys going to be doing?
We're actually having an island attire cocktail party. We're going to have Carrabba's is going to be catering it along with Burns, who's going to be doing a caviar tasting. And we're going to have like a martini bar and just a lot of fun. We're going to have some live tropical music and a big party.
We'll give the phone number, everything later in case somebody wants to get involved. But I think we're all at this point aware of what the Make-A-Wish Foundation is all about. But I can not have to yell any right now. Tell me about Make-A-Wish, because
we grant wishes to children between the ages of 3 and 18 who have life-threatening illnesses.
Yeah, and I've been doing it for a very long time, and it's just, some of the stories are absolutely remarkable.
We have, our chapter alone is just, we've close to our 1,000th wish.
Wow, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you very much.
When we come back in a few minutes, we're going to give you a tour of Casa Linda. Look at the ceiling, Annie. Pecky cypress. Is that beautiful?
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Wow. All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
I want just one. Just one of those houses, that's all.
What?
I want one.
Oh, just one?
Just
one will do. Let's talk to Bobby at WinStar. We'll get you just one.
All right.
See you.
All anybody would need, and more.
Parents are used to keeping first aid kits at their home and in the car, possibly, as well.
Now, there is something that you should add that is just as important. We will show you how this simple-looking powder does a big job when we come back. Right now, 8:38. Here is today's Dialing for Dollars question one more time. Good luck.
The Alaskan current, 4 knots. Fish swim against it day and night. This makes them a lot bigger, a lot meatier, and the perfect size for a boatload of seafood. It's Long John Silver's boatload of seafood. It's big and it's back. Loaded with our one-of-a-kind batter-dipped fish and shrimp, plus crunchy shrimp, and piled high with fries, hush puppies, and a drink for just $3.99. It's big and it's back. It's the boatload of seafood, and it's only at Long John Silver's. Seafood the way it ought to be.
Nursing homes are required by law to provide appropriate care to residents. Unfortunately, some residents are repeatedly mistreated and suffer bed sores, malnutrition, fractures, or unexplained injuries. My name is Michael Bars. I'm a medical doctor and an attorney. I practice only law and represent nursing home residents who have not been provided the attention that they deserve. If you believe that a relative has not received proper care, call me or log on to the mdjd.com for more information.
This fall, discover the good life at Sears.
I love fall because I get to put on a jacket again.
This is a major machine. It's a blower, a chipper, a vacuum, and a shredder.
My favorite color is pink, and I don't know, pink.
Fall is for watching the game on a big screen TV.
It's the great 3-day sale at Sears. Discover great savings on Craftsman tools, all home appliances and TVs.
Discover fall.
Discover the good life. Sears, good life, great price.
Fox 13's Feeling Better segment is sponsored by Clearwater Mattress. All forecasts are not created equal.
SkyTrack can give you on-camera control of the radar. We can get in close and show you some of the heaviest rain. In the squall line mode, we can draw the squall line with my hand. We know which way it's moving. We can plot the arrival times right on the screen. In the telestrator mode, I can take my hand and literally draw right around the heaviest rain bands. I can highlight the street and the name draws right in.
Sky Tower Radar, now with SkyTrack.
Another first on Fox 13.
When someone gets hurt, the standard procedure is usually clean the wound, stop the bleeding, and then apply a bandage. Well, now there might be an alternative to that procedure. Fox 13's Frank Robertson tells us it comes in powder form.
It was a discovery made quite literally by accident. Dr. James Patterson was conducting some research on water purification back in 1999 using potassium salt. He broke some glass, leaving a gash in his hand.
that when the potassium salt got into the wound, it stopped bleeding immediately, and I was really shook because I almost was expecting to go to the hospital and have stitched out, and I didn't have to do that.
And with that, QR, or Quick Relief Powder, was born. As you can see in the BioLife laboratory, the formula is constantly being refined and contains not only potassium salt, but polymer resins.
The potassium salt has a high-speed ionic reaction that will react with the blood or all the components in the blood.
What it does is create an artificial scab that falls off when the wound has healed. One obvious market for the powder is sports medicine.
Of all the sports, hockey is perhaps the bloodiest. You see someone get cut or suffer a nosebleed in almost every game. So it's not surprising that the Tampa Bay Lightning's head trainer uses QR powder.
Tom Mulligan first became aware of QR powder last January when BioLife sent some samples. He tried it out first during practice when one of the players suffered a cut.
Yeah, it was actually just above the wrist. It was just a small cut. Somebody, I think it was from a stick, they had a small laceration. So I thought, well, it was the perfect time to try it. Poured the powder on there, and sure enough, it clotted it.
But Mulligan has found the QR nosebleed product the most useful. During the playoffs against the Washington Capitals, star center Vincent Lecavalier took a stick to the nose.
Vinny had a pretty good nosebleed going, and came to the bench. I tried it out, and he was back out there the next shift.
It's the same thing in the workplace, just a little bit different. They're trying to get their employees back to work as quickly as possible. They may not be million-dollar athletes, but to a small business, it can be very important employees.
In fact, QR powder can now be found in 375,000 first aid kits at companies employing 35 million workers. Now, BioLife is ready to tackle the much larger consumer market, hoping to make QR powder a staple in everybody's medicine cabinet. Frank Robertson, Fox 13 News.
QR powder is now available in 4,100 CVS pharmacies across the country. BioLife is currently negotiating with other major retailers to carry the product as well.
And we want to send our best wishes to two very special Bay Area couples this morning.
Glenn and Rona Livingston were married 50 years ago today. They live in Bradenton and have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. And they're going to all celebrate together.
And we'd also like to wish a happy 50th anniversary to another handsome couple. Betty and TJ Storch have 2 sons and 5 grandchildren. Best wishes to everyone. Russell's grand tour around an amazing home continues in just a bit.
And we'll rev up your Friday morning with a performance by a local singer whose star is about to shine from coast to coast.
Let's get this party started, baby.
The preseason's finally over. Now it's time for some real football.
Who that talking about beating them Bucks?
And real Buck fanatics know where to catch it.
On Fox 13.
Live from Leroy Selman's, it's the Bay Area's best pregame show. Chip Carter's Tailgate Sunday. Sunday mornings at 11:30 on Fox 13.
It's back this weekend only. This is your last chance to get to Kane's Furniture's biggest Labor Day sale ever. One final weekend to get free financing and no interest until 2005. Plus huge store-wide holiday savings. Save $100 on this 100% imported Italian all-other sofa, now $7.99. Or save on this 3-piece pine bed with wood rails, now just $3.79. These holiday offers will not be extended, so hurry. Kane's huge Labor Day sale is back now through Monday only.
Are you getting the most health care coverage for your Medicare dollar? If not, then you should know about Humana Gold Classic. By calling now 1-800-552-6474, Humana will send you a free copy of Getting the Most for Your Medicare Dollar. Inside, you'll find out how Humana Gold Classic gives you hundreds of doctors and many hospitals to choose from in your area, limited prescription drug coverage, vision care, and worldwide emergency coverage. You get all this and much more for no plan premium. Medicare pays Humana, so you don't have to. It's all in this free booklet, Getting the Most for Your Medicare Dollar. Call Humana today to get yours. 1-800-552-6474 and get the most for your Medicare dollar.
Lost your attraction to age-old cable TV?
Then disable the cable and get free equipment, free next-day installation, and 4 months free programming. That's over 200 channels, including HBO, Showtime, Stars, and Cinemax free for 4 full months. Plans start as low as $24.99 a month for 50 channels. So disable the cable and order online at dish1up.com or call 1-800-DISH-1UP. That's 1-800-DISH-1UP.
Welcome back. It seems like every time you think the teenage trend in music has grown up, along comes another star to take over the spotlight. And today we get to hear from one of them. And this lovely voice is homegrown too. 17-year-old Jenna Thomas was born in Dunedin. She's been singing to audiences all over the Bay Area since she was just 2 years old, and soon the rest of the country may be able to enjoy her talents as well. And joining us this morning is Jenna, and the man who helped discover her, Sean Bray of S. Bray Productions, found her through a talent search. Good to see you both this morning.
Good to see you, Tom.
Jenna, let's start with you. You signed this new contract in Nashville. This is exciting news.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Sean, tell us how this all happened, how it all evolved.
Well, you remember last year we had the talent search. Right. We saw about 100 applicants. We were expecting to see a lot of pop and R&B come through. Lo and behold, in walks Jenna singing country music, and I didn't know too much about country music, but I knew, and so did the other panelists that were taking a listen, that there was something special there. So with help with her mother, who knows some stuff about country music, we just set out to find somebody that could take her to the next level, and that's where Jenna met Robert Metzger, who's a Hall of Fame Nashville producer, working with Alan Jackson, a lot of other top names.
Famous names, yeah.
And Jenna, tell him what happened after that.
We got in contact with him, and he asked if we could send him something of me singing. So we actually recorded me singing in acapella on just a little boombox or something, and we sent it up, and a couple weeks later we signed a contract.
Just
so,
like that.
Yeah, we're going at the end of the month to go and record.
That's
songs
great.
from Faith Hill Group, from Tom Shapiro, who's like a #1 country music writer up there. So.
You going to have more talent searches in the future?
You know we are. We've got one planned right now, and we don't have the venues picked yet because we're expecting a lot more people to come through with, you know, the promotion that Jenna's putting on it. So, yeah, get prepared. Go to sbray.com, and you can fill out the application, and we're going to see a lot more people this year. So.
Jenna, Fox, of course, our network is home to American Idol. Is there someone that you have idolized through the years that you really think of yourself as patterning after?
In a different form of music, Eva Cassidy is my favorite singer, but I like listening to Faith Hill and Martina, people like that.
All right. What are you going to sing for us today?
I'm going to sing first Strawberry Wine by, Deanna.
She is Jenna Thomas.
He had a car.
the power of love.
I made a big mistake. Claire and I?
Claire and you are what?
We're getting married.
Boston Public.
See it tonight on Fox 13.
Car accidents can cause pain and financial hardship. Call Tampa's leader in auto accident injuries for 12 years, Chiromed. We'll treat your injuries fast, file your insurance, and help you get the settlement you deserve for your pain and suffering. There's a lot of imitators. There's only one Chiromed.
Hi, Isaac. Oh, hi. I'm Isaac Mizrahi. Wait till you see these clothes I've designed for Target. Chic, affordable, divine.
It's like Fifth Avenue meets Main Street, USA.
Classic, fresh, clothes to make women all across America fabulous.
It's a big country. You're gonna need some great shoes.
I love you in pink. Gorgeous.
See how easy it is to look chic? So cute. Those are definitely not your average jeans. Isaac Mizrahi for Target. Luxury for every woman, everywhere.
Another diet bites the dust? Actually, no. It's not a diet. It's Weight Watchers. I mean, I can't eat this stuff 24/7. There are limits.
Weight Watchers introduces new Flex Points. The points let you lose. The Flex lets you live.
So do you feel, you know, restricted? Do I look restricted?
New Flex Points. Start flexing, start losing. Join now for only $18. Weight Watchers. Real food, real life, real results.
This is so good. Who cares if Miracle Whip has half the fat? This is the mayonnaisiest. Okay, Mom, that's enough. Thank goodness.
Half the fat of mayonnaise and all the tangy zip. Love that Miracle Whip.
Oh.
It's clearance time on a huge selection of Toyota trucks. Toyota time has been held over. Hurry in for an extra $250 cash back on the 2003 Tundra for a total of $2,000. That's $2,000 cash back or 0.0% APR financing for 36 months on Tundra. Offers end September 8th. See your local dealer today or visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota time. The time is now.
It's time for Dialing for Dollars. Today the pot is $200 plus dinner for two at Golden Corral. And we've already dialed, haven't we,
We
Eric?
have. Katie is on the line from Safety Harbor. Katie, you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Katie. Have an answer today?
Yes, it was Shelley Long.
Of course it was.
Yes, of course.
Now, didn't you think that she was Tom Hanks' wife in that movie, not just his girlfriend?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I think that she was his girlfriend.
I thought they were married.
I
They
don't
were
know.
engaged to be.
Maybe
that
something
could be
like
it.
that.
Thank you, Katie.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay dry, please.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to Russell. Russell, what a house.
Indeed, and I'm trying to remember what her ex-husband was.
Oh, that's right.
Alexander Goodenough was her ex-husband.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Thank you. That was actually Jen Boyd that said that in my ear. Okay, you want to see it? You want to see it?
Let's see it.
Take a look.
Even with all the activity going on around it, you can tell that this is some house. In Largo, Casa Linda, a house that will soon be someone's incredible home. Built by Bobby Gross and David Lesser of WinStar Homes.
We built this home, and the homes that we built for the most wholesome of reasons, for all the right reasons. You know, we just built because it's what we love to do.
As we tour Casa Linda, we'll tell you that you can tour it too. Saturday night, a fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Sarasota, Tampa Bay will allow you to see this incredibly built custom home. The pool with the swim-up bar, the wine cellar, the master suite with the plasma screen TV, the master bath with even more TVs, the laundry room off the master suite closet that has a system for dry cleaning clothes at home, and the room that is called the gentleman's suite. Looks like a really nice sports bar. It really is incredible, this entire house, 11,180 square feet. And about now, you're asking how much? Well, because the house is already sold, they're not releasing that information. WinStar Homes will be glad, however, to talk to you about it and build you one just like it if you want. And we have counted all the televisions, 7 alone in the gentleman's suite, 22 throughout the house.
22.
Yeah.
You're just going to say yeah.
Some people like to watch a lot of TV.
And we like watching it on the 100-inch screen.
And if you want to see the house, the Make-A-Wish Foundation tour of Casa Linda is tomorrow night, Saturday night, 813-288-2600, the number to call. And if you want to know anything more about Make-A-Wish, you can call them at that number as well. So what do you think?
Oh, my goodness.
Gorgeous.
Tom said he would never leave the gentleman's suite.
The gentleman's suite, we'd be there forever.
There's really no need.
No.
Because, you know, we could all stay in there. Anne's in here cooking.
Right.
Hey, by the way, Annie,
Yeah.
the refrigerator
That's it.
looks a lot like yours.
Is it a Sub-Zero?
It's empty.
Oh, empty.
I'm kidding. You know,
guys know
guys,
me
she's a
too
great.
well,
you
though.
guys know she's a great cook, don't you?
Yeah.
She's a great cook.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I really
she
am
is.
not.
She's cooked for me before,
It's
and
okay.
she's a great cook. All right, hey, have a good weekend. Stay dry.
Yeah, we hope.
We're trying.
We'll probably see you this weekend, too.
On base.
Thanks, Annie. We'll probably all see each other now, won't we?
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Well, that wraps it up for us, not only today, but for this week, we hope.
Yes, we'll be back for sure on Monday morning, dark and early.
Until then, keep it on Fox 13. Have a good day, Tampa Bay, and we'll leave you now with the music of Jenna Thomas.
I remember holding you, I can't forget the way the feeling made me crazy. We were burning up the night, now it's burning up my mind. You're not here to save me. I know you're gone, but baby, it's far from over. Yeah. Though you push my heart to the limit, I take you back. In a minute I can't let go. Though I know I am wasting time, but my heart has a one-track mind. Yeah, my heart has a one-track mind.
From that 70s show, Wilmer Valderrama plus Christine Baranski on the next Live with Regis and Kelly. Coming up next on Fox 13.
There is a place on the Mississippi Gulf Coast where all your senses are heightened. Beau Rivage Resort and Casino, a feeling like no other. Escape the ordinary and revel in the extraordinary. Quick, convenient, air-inclusive packages are available starting at just $144. Call 1-800-261-9548.
It's the September Savings Celebration at your Lincoln Mercury dealer, where you can still find great end-of-the-model year savings on every 2003 Lincoln and Mercury, including the new Lincoln Aviator with its 302-horsepower V8, Lincoln Navigator with available power-deployable running boards, and Mercury Mountaineer with no-charge leather seating surfaces. The Lincoln Mercury family of SUVs, now with 0% APR for 60 months or $3,000 cash back. Hurry while selection is still good. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer by September 30th.
Stay tuned for the latest forecast coming up on Fox 13 News at noon.
It's Live with Regis and Kelly. Today, Broadway, movies or television, this actress does it all. The wonderful Christine Baranski. And from that 70s show, actor Wilmer Valderrama tells us about his latest movie, Party Monster. Plus, the Rally Awards are only 1 week away. We'll check in with some of the nominees. All next on Live. Now, here are Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.